Welcome back, you beautiful people out there. We're getting ready for our Group B action, Trent. All coming together. Shopify Rebellion facing off against Team Aster, a match to determine what's going to happen. Now, we saw already in Group A, there's a couple of tiebreakers that are going to need to get played. Here, there's also the potential for it. And one of the craziest things is that Shopify, while they can't necessarily get to the upper bracket, they could force Aster out of the upper bracket, hypothetically. There's maybe a chance that they could do that if they could get the 2-0 here, and of course trying to stave off the chance that they themselves on Shopify would end up getting knocked out of this tournament, which would be crazy. It's very much a possibility, though, with TSM and Tundra down there at the bottom completely. Shopify just trying to stay above them, and they're tied right now with TSM.
Yeah, and we have our only two guaranteed teams so far are BetBoom and Talon. Everyone else up in the air. In terms of their final placements, there's certainly some people that can't get eliminated at this point. If you're at 7 wins, like Aster and Liquid, as you're saying, they can't be knocked out, but like you pointed out, could be dragged down. So that'll have to be the goal here. Actually, because they could be dragged down into a tiebreaker and thus lose the tiebreaker and thus, it would be a long drag. It would be a lion-style drag to hell and back and back again, maybe, but it could happen.
Right. It's a possibility. But it would all need to start here. And of course, for Aster, what this would mean is just win one game and you're secured upper bracket. And for Shopify, every single game really matters. There's some all chat going on, by the way, in the lobby right now. Abed says he's a big fan of Kaka, and then everybody's just spamming emotes, so who knows. Kaka does a Earth Spirit emote, and then Crit does a Lion emote. So maybe telegraphing what's going to get picked in these games. There's a chance, Crit or Spirit, Kaka Lion. Love to see those. How you feeling about?
I like how you're going that way and not just Crit Lion and Kaka Earth Spirit.
I guess it does.
Kaka's got a mean Earth Spirit too. So
right, but I think Kaka's more known for his Lion and Crit's more known for his Earth Spirit. Surely, actually, I always think of Kaka Phoenix, which we haven't seen that much this tournament, but I want to see it.
That's true. I remember that his numbers on Earth Spirit are absolutely insane, though.
Really?
Yeah. Kaka has like one of the best Earth Spirit records. Let me see. I'm going to look it up right now, guys. Live in action as the draft gets ready.
I've heard that stats don't lie, so.
They never lie. It's always the best. I'm surely not wrong on this. Okay, it's a 53% win rate. It's not that great. He has 138 games. He has a lot of games on the old Earth Spirit, but he does have more games on Lion, but they're virtually the same win rate.
Okay.
So
that's good to know.
Now, of course, Mr. Crit, like you said, he also has a bit of an Earth Spirit. It's been said. It's been known.
What do the stats say?
Well, that would require me to scroll here, which is exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Are you loading the page? You want to
find? There it is. Hold.
What is it?
Hold. Crit. Hold. Clicking. Calculating. Abacus is out. 60.69% win rate. So yeah, he's got a few more points in there on the old Earth Spirit. Yeah, he looks good. But that hero's dead, so.
Yeah, sad.
Oh. Y'all want to watch a draft?
I'm ready.
10 seconds.
Well, here we
Let's
are.
do it. Okay. So bands out. We are seeing again the convergence of these teams, the Snapfire, the Ember Band, IO and the Naga with Brood in the pool. They give that over to Shopify if they want it, but no, Shopify. Well,
I mean, guys,
some
it's
things
Aster
never
and
change.
Shopify. Like, we all know what both of these teams are known for. Aster have definitely given it up a bit. They have taken a slight backseat for a little while, and then it came roaring back, and then it was first phase banned every game. Let me count straight here. Since Talon 2 days ago, and in game 2, the Storm Spirit has been banned in the first phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, and then BB team took it in the first phase from them, and then Aster got to play Storm and lost. So there you go.
Dude, Team Aster look at Bulba drafting. They pick Storm Spirit. Surprise Pikachu face. Why are you taking reserve time? You knew this would happen. You had to.
A little surprising. Yeah.
Like,
you would think you'd have a 1-2 punch ready for this, guys. You had a long night, got some rest. They must have been enthralled with the other group's matches because they were not planning the draft, clearly.
What has that? You've used so much reserve time.
Bubba picks Storm. Reserve time. Is he disconnected? All right, no, he's there. Oh, he actually was DC'd for a half a second. Maybe. No, it's all right. So clearly some discussion there. Maybe it was just translation. They were trying to figure out what hero Sumail was talking about.
Yeah,
It's like,
maybe
I
he had to
need
act
the
it out.
Queen of Pain.
He's like doing charades over there, trying to throw a dagger.
I would love to see him charade Queen of Pain. That's a nice look right there. He's just undressing. All right. And the Clockwork. Good hero. 5 or 4. Probably 5.
5 seconds remaining.
I like that. Yeah, it's an interesting response though, going for the Quap against the Storm in general, and then the Clockwork there. So now they've got great initiation, crazy initiation on Aster, and Shopify managed to get the Coddle. Honestly, that's probably what they were talking about. Do we want to take the Coddle away and run like a Coddle Pango or something?
Yeah.
And well, giving it over to Shopify is a bold move.
10 seconds remaining.
They have run the Coddle Storm once already in a win over Liquid. We just watched Evil Geniuses run Coddle Storm Spirit.
Yeah,
See, because it's Shopify.
I see. And
Yeah.
it's Sumail.
Whoa. We're all mixed up here. Some very
I know.
confusing stuff here on Stream B today. Into a straight-up tied ban. Not going to see that hero. Aster, they're on a 3-game lose streak here. Success for them. What we've seen quite a few Aster games at this point, I would say. We've seen the Timbersaw versus Talon, which they weren't able to take the win with there, with that insane Monet Drow game. That was crazy. Both Aster and Extreme, we were talking about this, the Drow, being a little bit more willing to opt for the Drow compared to other teams who have been looking more at those illusion-based heroes.
Right.
Oh, if it's a solid Drow game, maybe you'll see it, but of course, Into the Storm Spirit, it always opens up some possibilities. But many teams happy to take it anyway.
Thing I'm kind of curious about is what has Arteezy been playing recently? I feel like I haven't got to see that many Shopify games. It looks like a lot of Naga Siren. Wow. Okay, I just looked at his results for the past week. He has 4 games of Naga Siren with a 75% win rate. He has 2 games of Leshrac with a 50% win rate, and besides that, he hasn't won a game. He has only won
lost
a
on
game
Lycan.
he's only won 3 games with Naga, 1 game with Lesh, and then he's lost with Ursa, Luna, Morphling, Terrorblade, Lycan, Medusa, Faceless Void.
Spinning the
That
wheel.
is rough.
Making his heroes.
Jeez. Better pick Lesh then. Jeez, I don't know.
Yeah, a little surprising there for sure. But on the other hand, how have their Storm games been going? Because it looks like they've only had Storm one other time, and it was with Coddle, and they won. So,
Okay.
Every other time it's kind of a similar case of the Storm being banned out either by them first, or by their opponents, or taken by their opponents. So perhaps this is just exactly what they need to get things rolling. Maybe it's not Arteezy reliant.
Okay. That's fair. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, this team definitely is going to be playing around the Storm Spirit Coddle combination. And, like we talked about, saw how good that was with EG before. Can they pair together some other heroes that allow Abed to just sort of go off in this game? I'm looking at, I'm assuming 4 or 5s, though.
Do they play a lot of Bloodseeker on Shopify? I feel like they don't really.
Well, I've seen it before.
Yeah, we've seen it before, but it's not something they go back to. I guess they did at Bali, but not yet here today. Bloodseeker is definitely in the mix right now, I would say, in terms of heroes. And yeah, Kaka, well, Crit called it. He knew. A Lion will be here.
Are we going to
This is
see
also
go for it?
Oh, it's because it's also probably a fly Keeper of the Light, so I'm sure Crit likely would have been happy to get Lion in this phase if it was there, because Lion versus both Storm and versus Queen is quite strong.
Totally.
Now the Rubik is very tempting because you got Lion on the other side. The Rubik Clockwork interaction is interesting. Technically, Clockwork actually does have the winning matchup, but people consider it still pretty good because the telekinesis save and just being able to use the cogs for your own good here. But they're going to grab up that Lycan. So this has been used a lot for Arteezy, but there is still the chance that it goes over to Saberlight here. So it gives them some flex heading into the last phases. But overall, it has definitely looked like more of a Arteezy hero for them. But we'll see. It can definitely just 100%. It can just switch up either way that they want.
Right. Well, and I was kind of wondering with the Medusa ban out, with the Terrorblade afterwards, if we're going to end up seeing like a Life Stealer to pair together with the Storm, which could have been kind of an interesting option. Now the Lycan making a little bit more sense too. Doesn't really do much against those two heroes, but you still have that opportunity and option if they wanted to go back for something like a Life Stealer. Just take another support here. They have that last phase.
Monet Bloodseeker though.
Yeah,
they're taking the Rubik. I think Bloodseeker looks good. I mean, it's Storm can be annoying for sure because like getting locked down on the hero is what you don't want, and he's able to just like zip onto you. But versus Lycan, it's really strong. And when you know that they want to run this as a position 1, I think it's even more powerful than it tends to be. Because usually it's just versus the offlaner and everything. But to ruin Arteezy's game, to force them off it. Because if you can pick the Bloodseeker now and make it way less likely they want to give this to Arteezy, maybe you can get rid of some of the ambiguity in that last pick, depending on what the hero is, as to where the roles are going to be.
Right. No, for sure. I could see that one being there.
There's also still Timbersaw in the pool right now. Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's into a Rubik though. It's kind of tough, but I see a Lycan. Think,
Right.
That's kind of solid, right?
I think one of the things that's a little bit weird about this draft is that Aster is not going to be last picking their mid. So I think that now, if I was them, I would want to pick some type of flex core between safe and offlane, and I don't know what that is. Because otherwise, Shopify get a free deny. Yeah.
Or a Meepo.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Timber gets taken.
It's a great Timber pick. Got a lot of really high power heroes still left in here, though. Like Timber and Bloodseeker being available was kind of nuts. I assume Shopify banned Bloodseeker now, unless it has no impact on their last pick. They would be pretty bad at hitting towers for sure on Aster if they go Bloodseeker last, but
right,
they would be so powerful overall that I'm kind of down.
I think right now, as Shopify, you're thinking about swapping the Lycan though, and so the Bloodseeker matchup against Lycan is probably fine, I would imagine, but I think you need to pair something else against this Timbersaw in the lane at least. I
think it's not. I think the Bloodseeker kind of owns him in lane.
Is it worse than against the Timber though? Which
no, that's what I mean. I think he has a problem either way. I think you ban the Bloodseeker to make sure that's not an issue.
Okay.
Because I think it's a bad time. On Slark though, similar issues for sure.
They ban it. Okay.
Unexpected. I mean, I guess that's true. I was thinking about it the other way, but yeah, Bloodseeker is also pretty solid versus the Timbersaw. Gives Queen some problems because she likes to blink in and commit pretty hard. It is funny that you would ban Slark and then the enemy team bans Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
Because, like, Bloodseeker, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
If we're picking Bloodseeker, we're really happy if you guys decide to take Slark. That's cool.
True. I mean, it just speaks to the flexibility of that Lycan, right?
Yeah.
And the weirdness of, like, the 1-2 punch of Shopify having the flex, but then they have to pick first. So they ban the Monkey King. I guess that it works both ways again, but I would have thought they wanted to take the Monkey King themselves. I guess, is there another lane dominator? Are Shopify going to go like Ursa last?
Well, they could also try the Underlord, maybe.
10 seconds remaining.
I feel like that looks kind of... I mean, it is Timber, but versus the Queen, it looks kind of cool. The auras look kind of solid. I feel like it fits some of their stuff.
If they Ursa here, I think Shopify big-brained it, but they're going to big-brain into losing. That's my thought
That's
process.
a true combo, usually.
I'm curious. I have no idea what they want to do. The only thing that makes sense to me is if they wanted to ban out the Monkey King to make them thinking it wasn't a swap, and then they take the Ursa as like the last hero that's really good against Timber. But no, they go Faceless Void instead.
I actually thought he got banned. I did not even realize he was still in. That's pretty good. Oh, wow. Instant pick. They took the Morphling. Ooh. Monet Morphling, eh?
Dude, I don't know.
Okay. Pretty common, I don't know, timings across both teams. Like, I feel like we're just kind of waiting a little bit, getting some items up, and then we're going on both sides. So the immediate things that I see in the last picks are this Morphling is going to have a good time in lane versus whatever. I mean, he kind of knew it was going to be the Lycan, but very hard to pressure on Morphling. He's going to get relative free farm. They don't really have the supports to chase you in the jungle or force you out of lane. I think that feels pretty good. Unless they just straight up do like that EG game that we just saw where we had C-Smile being chased around constantly by his 2 supports and utilizing the chakra over and over. That could be a problem for Monet. Maybe he gets chased down because of that. But their chrono damage is pretty weak from Shopify in terms of their last pick.
Now, one thing that could be kind of cool is you have Howl, which is going to massively lower that armor as you go out of focus. I see you clearly now.
True.
The rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in their way. I don't remember what the next line of it is. But yeah, so that's one thing that's kind of cool, right? You chrono and then Howl, and suddenly you've got like a bit of a damage amp there. I don't know what build Arteezy's going to go, though, if he's going to try and be more active or not. But then for Aster, I feel like Sumail's just going to be ready to run the table. I mean, in the midst of all of these picks with the first phase Queen of Pain, you have Lift, you have Electric Vortex, and Chrono. So you got to hit those Chronos. Otherwise, Sumail's just going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way. And, I mean, the other thing you're talking about, too, with the Howl, right? It is versus a Morphling, who is one of the heroes that is most impacted by that, too, with the % attack loss, because he tends to just have a ton of agi.
Right.
So the base damage is generally extremely high for this guy. But let's think about support duos here. We got Clockwork and Lion. Ooh, those are 2 great supports. They're so active. They got level 6, and it just feels incredible. That feels nice. Versus Coddle Rubik, which Coddle definitely a little bit more versatile here. And because they're giving it to crit, this is where you're looking at like, I'm gonna buy items to fix what we're missing. That's what whenever I see 4 Coddle, that's what I think. Because like they could have done it either way here. It's also probably the lane pairing too, where they want to really like try and blast out and harass and bully this Morphling a little bit. But I'm expecting a big game out of crit. He's on that off lane too, just like the Shadow Demon we talk about. Better opportunities for stacks. When you play the Coddle as a 5, you don't really get to abuse that at all. In that, assuming you're playing on the safe lane. I mean, with it being Shopify Rebellion, they often will throw Arteezy on that off lane and call it a safe lane anyway. But this time he's actually hanging out down bottom in the Radiant for once.
Okay, I like that. And yeah, I agree. The stack game potential is going to be there. The one issue is who is there to take the stacks on Shopify. And that makes me wonder, are we going to see
you make a good point.
Are we going to see the Battle Fury Faceless Void? Probably not. But yeah, I don't think they take stacks very easily at all. That's a bit of an issue.
Well, at least on the plus side, Aster doesn't really have anyone who'll be making stacks. Like Lion has a bit of a hard time doing it. Clockwork too, because he's gonna be up top. So if Kaka's really diligent about getting these early stacks, I'm all in on Aster, because I think this whole getting an offlaner or mid who heavily farms the stacks and then gives the XP to the supports has been looking really good in a lot of our games.
Well, no battles at the get-go from here. Crit is going to find a D-ward right at the start, which is pretty nice for him. And taking away a bit of that vision while also blocking out the camp. So they're trying to deny the stacks already by Aster. That's a pretty nifty move.
And Coddle has such an easy time doing it for sure. I mean, that's the one thing. We're talking about like stacks as if they can't farm the ancient stacks that easily, but obviously a Storm Spirit is going to get heavily propelled by moving into that camp specifically. So that's a good one to block out. Maybe the more important one.
Oh, and I'm looking forward to watching this mid matchup. Abed versus Sumail, baby. All coming together. Oh, excuse me. Kaka just goes down bottom. An easy pick off there.
Sometimes you just get caught by a little earth spike into a whirling death, you know?
Yeah, true. Dude,
I was watching up top, too, for Pichu, because he's getting body blocked. He's trying to be very aggressive with this level 1 Clockwork, as we all know and love, but hard into a Keeper of the Light, because even if he Blood Grenade, I think he gets out of batteries.
Oh, they got him. They got him in some trouble, but can't quite get there. Oh, Blinding Light and the kill. Dude,
that
crit.
Was so cool.
That was crazy.
Using while the projectile's in the air, doing the Blinding Light to get the damage before the regen's coming out, but knowing that it would be enough damage that the projectile still in the air would get the kill? Pretty clean. Grit likes that. You know, he's feeling good.
That was crazy. I wonder if they did share control on the wolves sometimes people do that, but I think that was Saber. Like, oh my god, dude, what? Crit takes it away. No D word. Yo.
And he dances on him. Oh, imagine if he gets the crit. Oh, and he's waving. All right, Crit's feeling it.
Yeah. Crit destroyed Pichu over these last couple of minutes. That is insane.
The mental damage. First Panda, now Crit. These toxic America's supports.
That's right. Whether north or south, we all share the salt.
We are the same.
Mid lane, very, very even matchup. 15-1 versus 13-0. Sumail with that slight edge right now over the Storm Spirit. But there is a creep wave coming into Abed. Actually, one of them was already denied out. It looks like he's going to catch back up here. Just one creep behind Sumail, basically.
Yeah, I know these dumpstering mids that we've gotten a lot of mid dumpsters in our casts, I have to say. There have been some significant advantages found out here.
Ooh.
But with our mids both picked so early, it was just kind of a, whatever. We'll give you Storm. We'll play against Storm.
Yeah.
Seems to be the plan. Sumail does have the double point in the dagger. That's where it gets great on the Queen of Pain. Already committed to the blink too, so he's all sorted. We've had some queens stopping at the 2 dagger. We've had some queens maxing out of the dagger. Just depends. This looks more like a Scream game to me, but we'll see. And more battery assault harassment here from Pichu.
Trying to get back at him a bit. And Crit going to give him a couple hits on his way out. Very annoying to deal with.
Another great thing about Keeper the Light, probably the best for building Spirit Vessel still. There's not many other heroes that can farm it at a point where it feels super relevant, and it's obviously a very good game for it. We got a Morphling, we got a Timber Saw. Those are 2 heroes that you really want to try and punish with that.
This is interesting. Gonna get that denied out as Kaka will turn on to Fly, try and get some more hits. Fade Bolt to deny some of that damage. Fly still has 9 stick charges, so we'll be fine. Aster, they make the move over, get the Water Rune on Clock, and Sumail gets the other one. So doing a good job of that. Rotating over and denying away a bit from Abed, but likewise, Crit made the rotation, gave him some mana, and they haven't been able to unblock this hard camp.
Yeah, he didn't go for it. Just decided he'd rather just wait a little, I guess, because it's been this long. I'm not sure, and maybe it's just more important that he wants to secure this camp instead, so they can start pushing it in. Because right now at level 3, you don't have the Illuminate. Obviously, he's got a ton of value out of the Blinding Light, so that's great. But
mid, Sumail, very low, did a glyph on him. Abed, they're close to 6. This is where the lane starts to become really tense.
I'm in panic mode here as to who's going to die next.
I know. It could happen anywhere, honestly. Abed getting lower. The blink up high ground finds him. Abed in trouble.
Oh,
going to burn. TP's away. He has enough time with the Shadow Strike ticks. Oh, God. And Sumail instead. Crit makes the move over. Trying to find his old buddy. Can't quite get in for the kill. Making sure that Sumail doesn't have a completely free lane while he's off and away.
That was a crazy tree play.
Yeah.
To place it exactly there, Sumail can't get an angle for the last right click without going into tower range and dying. That was just so beautiful, honestly.
Yeah,
just falls to the leftovers, essentially, of that first play.
I mean, that's what you want to have happen. Yeah, Crit sticks around too long, but very, very well done. Kaka
getting very low.
There, I mean, it's so funny, right? Because it is just all about this mid matchup.
Crit denies
Nicely
it.
done.
Yeah, stops Sumail from getting over to it. They were trying to hold it there with Pichu, but all right, yeah, 3v3 mid, 1v1s on the side. We're back to 2017 or something. I remember when dual midding was just a thing for a while. That was a time.
I know. No longer.
That extra
it's
creep mid.
back.
It was some wild stuff.
That was too good. Down bottom, XXS starting to put some pressure onto Arteezy as well. He does have his boots coming out. And time walking off some of that damage. We'll go for the treads. See what he decides to go for next. But as 6 is approaching for XXS, you got to imagine that he's got to be ready to head out of here.
Yeah, you're not looking to hang out here as face this void. And speaking of hanging out there, Crit going to go stack the Ancients and hang out for the Wisdom Rune. Likewise, Kaka on the other side here grabs that while also stacking. So a few small banks stacked up here, and still nothing here for Crit.
Yeah.
Nothing to stack, unfortunately.
No, this is finally going to wear off. That Sentry Ward actually spots the Observer, and Kaka gets that D Ward.
Crit and Kaka are just mirroring rotations. Oh, wait. Oh, has he still not seen it? He has 2 sentries on this board. He's not going to get it. That
my
is
God.
so funny.
Look at Crit. So he dropped a sentry that was in range, dropped another one, but he was out of vision. And now he finally sees it. Dude, he's going to be pissed.
Oh, well. At least he got it in the end.
Thought about moving. It was a nice
Storm
attempt.
Spirit. 8-minute rune, guys. Every Storm Spirit player, they have one thing they want. It's disgusting. It's runes. You know it. You love it. It was Illusion last. What's going to be next?
They bait out the blink from Sumail. Now, moving in with Arteezy on a Pichu. The rune, it's down bottom. Abed gets it. It's Arcane. He has it.
Spooky.
Chrono ready to rip if he wants to drop it. The Chrono is down. Making moves, going for Kaka at the same time. The Hex was there, but they do have enough to kill off the clock. Now looking for Kaka and also Sumail. They bring 4, able to get at least 1 kill.
Of course it's Arcane Rune, you know. When they're able to secure it, they also are correct in saying there's a ward up here. So they'll probably get that taken out here in a little bit. But only cleaning up the support, not the worst case. Sumail was definitely in a bit of danger there with only 1 point into the blink at this point in the game. Could have been rough. Doing the 3-1-3 build, no points in the Sonic Wave early. So this is when you don't want to be too concerned about the longer cooldowns. You just get like maximum damage. It seems really good for just staying in lane, I would say, is how I'd view this one.
Right.
I haven't talked too much about Saberlight's full game plan here, but he does just go straight up for the Helm. Nothing too shocking. Into the Overlord after, just your standard liking gameplay.
Refill there. Meanwhile, bottom, Pichu did find Arteezy in the woods and forced him away. 3 heroes down bottom, and he's got to be a little bit careful about this. Goes for the time walk away, and yeah. Now, Aster have taken over this tower. Going to make probably a similar move up top with the Helm of the Dominator done for Saber, like you're talking about.
Yeah, they do have that ward on him too, though, on RTZ, but they can't really chase him until the levels are there for Kaka and Pichu.
Right.
Look at this, that giant circling from fly down bottom. He's like, they're all there. So RTZ, don't go there. Thank you.
Going. Finding. Monet. Hit. Starts to drop. Waveform away. And as you talked about, they've got the full mana battery coming from Crit to make Abed just capable of going.
EG definitely made me a believer in this last time in the game we were casting, so Shopify looking pretty solid with it as well. I mean, you know, it's Cottlestorm. Pugna, old, you know, no longer best friend. Cottle, new best friend.
Saberlight gets caught. Sumail is on him, trying to run away, soaking up whatever damage he can. The tower is gone and decides to just turn and fight. Pichu starts to drop lower and lower, but he will survive on Pichu for the moment at least, and not so much on Saberlight.
Ooh, Crit finds a free courier. Nice. Alongside a bounty rune. Thank you.
Kaka? He's in. He's in trouble. And enough. Dodges the sun. No, doesn't dodge the sun. He's dead. Sumail with the chase down, I think. Abed starting to fall. Can he get out of there in time? No. Double for Sumail. Double for Crit. And down bottom, the pain train keeps rolling. Arteezy's got to run away. Does have Chrono ready. Stick charges. Good to go, but it's going to end up losing his tower.
What just happened to Abed? Did he assume that he had the kill on Pichu first and that he was going to die or something, and that's why he went for the immediate TP? That looked so strange.
I don't know. That's the second time now that we've seen a Storm Spirit in the midst of like what I thought was a ball lightning get hit by something. I don't know if there's something going on right now or if we're just seeing it incorrectly, but it looked like he had dodged it. I don't know.
Well, either way. Back at it here, Sumail. No ulti for 30 seconds. Fly does have the stolen blink. Hard to convert this into a kill, though, even with 3 heroes. As he does have the treads. Going to be relatively tanky if he swaps them over properly. But the rune is secured here, the DD. So what haven't we hit? The regen?
Yes. Regen is up. And shield, too, probably, right? Invis?
I feel like there would... No, we had a shield. So we don't get the shield.
All right.
So.
Regen is still coming, though.
Yeah, regen and DD then. It's so weird that we have to track the runes now.
I know. I need to get, like, a little... You know how they have, like, those counters that you can click to, like, keep track of how many people are entering a room? You need to do that with runes.
Right, yeah. We'll have to get some little, like, magnets on our monitors. We'll just flip them upright and upside down.
I like it.
But not on your monitors. Don't put magnets on your monitors. Also, don't put them on your desktop towers. Find something else.
I have a magnet on my desk right now. Abed goes in, finds himself one. DD out. Good damage. Fly. No, he's still actually surviving with all those sick charges, but does eventually go down. Now finding crit. Monet right on top of him. He's safe. Oh, he denied him! In the finger! Oh, Abed. Nicely played. Kaka held onto that finger for too long. He did get the stack, though, Kaka.
Yeah, because he still had the debuff on.
That's awesome.
Because the debuff was applied, but the damage wasn't. So even though they get the deny, he doesn't get the bounty, but he still gets the stack.
Okay.
I don't know if I've seen that one happen in a pro match before. That's pretty good.
Well done.
Monet going to jump onto Arteezy here and force him off the creep wave.
Well,
He gets ready to Midas some more creeps and swiftly dodges. Oh, he's not Midasing. He's rotating. Sumail, do they have blink? They don't have blink.
They'd love to be able to get something here. Oh, it's a haste. That's the other rune that we had
This
not
is why we
seen
need
yet.
the magnets.
Exactly. Well, still means regen's coming.
Fly gets a bit of an unfortunate steal there. He didn't want to take it, but he figured he might as well take some spell, so he just grabs the cogs. Kind of hard to make use of. Maybe you get a play if someone dives in or something, but he's certainly hoping for a blink or waveform or some sort of mobility right now, because that is what they're lacking. Right now, Abed's the only one that can jump in, and it's going to be a little bit inconsistent. It's not guaranteed. You'd love to be the first one in to give a little bit more breathing room over to Abed, but 14 minutes. Wisdom Rune here I picked up from Crit. Again, no Wisdom Rune stolen. Something that's happening less and less. And we have Orchid for Sumail done, while the Orchid is nearing completion here for Abed. He's a bit behind, though, as he is in the net worth. Almost 2K behind, actually, net worth-wise.
Yeah, across the board, 3K now in the total for both of the teams. It is sort of mitigated a little bit by Crit having a freaking great game. Level 8 already on this guy, and does have a nice chunk of net worth, almost done with the Spirit Vessel. But down bottom, they find him. Arteezy in trouble. Can he get the time walk off? In a second, silence, he's away. Oh, man.
They're 10 seconds from Finger of Death right now.
That
hurt.
That hurts. Damn, dude.
Jeez, good old-fashioned Spark of Courage, huh? Helping out. That's 7 armor. I think I might have saved him.
That was a huge part of it. Spark of Courage. Good item.
And it'll just be tossed aside in a mere minute and a half. Why isn't Saberlight more farmed? Okay, he's actually top of the board now in terms of his own team. But, like, don't you feel like he's just been hitting creeps his entire game? I'm kind of surprised he's not higher net worth right now.
Yeah.
I guess he's just been a little bit worried about, like, clockwork ganks and stuff. But it feels like the Lycan of old would be insanely huge by now.
It's true. He has not been able to really get that same type of space.
I actually know the answer. It's because lane creeps are worth trash now. And he gets a lot of his farm from the lane creeps. So, yeah, there you go. That's the answer. Slight downside.
Creeps.
Yep, garbage. Because, like, part of the benefit is, of course, you can just sit on these lanes, especially with your helm creep and stuff, and you were always able to just farm it really safely. But without them, like, really increasing or feeling as amazing now, it's obviously much better to be doing stacks. But he's not a hero that takes the stacks. But he is going to now move into his greater stage where he's the helm of the Overlord. So
right
now he's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, a bit of a different style of draft, definitely. With no stack takers on Shopify, that is what we've been seeing as like the big answer of how you get mega farmed. Now, this 3K gold lead, it is not really going to be hugely significant, with the exception that like Sumail has one sort of pseudo item more, which is not really translated into gold yet. They can get these types of kills still very easily on Shopify. So Helm of the Overlord done, taking this mid tier 1 tower. Shopify, they're killing it right now in a way. It feels like this is their time to fight, and I don't know what Aster's plan is going to be. Like, they probably need to wait for Manta Morphlane, right?
Yeah, that'd be a big part of it, because right now that Orchid is the big item for them at the moment. As you're looking at Sumail, Sumail has to play around with Sonic Wave quite a bit, whereas Abed, his cooldown is pretty much Orchid. That's how often he wants to fight. Sumail is invis right now. No sentries.
Ooh, scary. They have one sentry that's over there, but they find Fly on his way out. Stolen Cogs, ready to push them back with that. And in fact, they get the kill onto Pichu and get away on Fly. Ancient Black Dragon still chasing. Orchid now onto Kaka. The big hits come through. Yeah, this is Shopify's window. They are looking strong. And a regen up top. Oh, baby.
Oh, nice. Yeah, coming online just when you need it. Let's see. Probably don't have any opportunities for a rush. Sir, regen rune? Sir?
Hello? Abed?
He's just, he's got to farm the wave first, man. Come on now.
That's fair.
Like, he's tumbling over there. He's going to get there. Well, we have replaced the Spark of Courage with a Pupil's Gift here. Oh, still makes him nice and tanky, but no respect for the item that saved him earlier.
True.
Into his Maelstrom here. Sorry, TZ. Still the lowest of the cores. Making his way back up. Hasn't found his big chrono moment quite yet. But it's okay, because he is a support that's beating the other ones up right now. Crit has the Spirit Vessel, has 800 gold. And I was wondering about this Aegis.
Yeah.
They drew the line after that fight mid, and I was thinking, like, what is the timing like on this? Can they just go for it? And they seem to think so. I mean, the Manta is there, but there's no Agnums quite yet, obviously, from Monet, so he's not in this, like, peak
Rocket Flare
form.
hits that, though.
Yeah, and they're moving over on Aster. This is not a free Roche, per se. But you know what? If they were to get it, they get out so fast. It is hard for Aster to lock them down without the blink online.
Need to be careful. They see Pichu. This is a good fight again, because think about it. Abed, regen rune ready to go.
The blink's online. It just got delivered. Okay.
They see things. Jump in, finds him. Crit, in trouble. They jump waveform. Monet back the stun on Kaka. It hit him again. Oh, Chrono onto everybody. Arteezy there. Doesn't have a ton of damage left over, but they set the wolf in and now trying to run down Monet, seeing if they can kill him off. The waveform through. They did not have enough damage on the Chrono there for Arteezy.
Oh, Kaka, though. He's trying his best to get something back in that fight, but he gets chased out by a dragon and just scorched.
Oh, the turn through to kill Artur. That was pretty rough. Still regen going on Abed.
It's crazy that fight was relatively even despite getting no damage out of their Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
All the cores from Shopify kind of got to do their thing, but Sumail just got blown up. He got to use his Orchid, and that was it. Speaking of Orchid, I hear someone dying.
Abed. Easy cleanup for him. Still sitting with the shield rune.
Yeah, we're going through the cycle again here. We got shield checked off here, so put that down on your bingo cards.
And the call goes to go pick up the wisdom rune. See if they can sneak that one away. Would be a good pickup for them. Morphlane almost losing his courier there.
Surely they can't punish Abed if he just goes for this, right?
I don't think so. No,
surely.
Yeah, he's getting a bottle refill too. He's happy about that.
Hello, Monet. What's up?
Bye. Oh no. Oh no, Abed. Oh no. The Shirley got him.
Surely they can't punish him. I put it at a 0% chance.
Force F, crit in trouble
anything
too.
bad happens to him.
Crit in trouble. The greed. Crit goes down. Fly goes down.
Nothing will happen to Abed.
Abed is fine. Oh no, Abed. Wait, they found more. Dude,
Abed is fine.
All for this wisdom rune. Dude, not what you want to see. And Kaka dying to some creeps might not be able to get in trouble. Abed still not out of, like, harm's way completely.
It's okay. He's in the well, right? He's got the wishes going. That's 1.5 mana per second. He'll be out of here in no time.
That's a good point.
Well, Wisdom Runes are 840 XP right now.
True.
So that was like 1600 XP. And then that was also about 1600 XP. And they're going to lose Roche. So I'm going to have to say that maybe that wasn't worth.
Yeah.
I've done the calculations. And losing Roche on Storm Spirit team feels kind of bad. Dire scanning, wondering if they're looking nearby. But of course, Pichu just has the flare. He's got the hook shot, so he's feeling pretty confident as long as they're not smoked. And this is going to be Ags. This is a Ags farming Aegis for Monet. And he's going to be able to farm nice and comfortably. He's going to be chilling. Sumail's going to have BKB. Oh, this timing could not be worse for Shopify.
Yeah. And Sumail opted here. He had this Yule Scepter queued up for a little bit. Instead going, and actually bought the Void Stone, but instead is going back for that BKB. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is looking a little bit scary. I don't know. I swear that what I saw there, is it that, like, I'm wondering, because it keeps on looking like Kaka's stunning Storm out of Ball Lightning. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's just, like, hitting him right as he's coming out.
On the last one, it was definitely him coming out. It was, like, exactly as he came out. It was very unfortunate.
Well, lucky timing. Good play. Mixture of both is what you need to win. And Aster, they're doing it right here.
Lycan is such a weird offlane hero, man.
Yeah.
Just like, you compare him to Beastmaster in the sense of just like you control a big space in the map for a long time, but instead of having this reliable stun and providing the aura, he has to like purchase the auras, right? He's got some selfish auras for himself and his creeps, but he doesn't give that bonus attack speed to your allies unless you're going to get yourself into like a wolf bite later. Then you are definitely buffing people up, but he's choosing the AC. Again, kind of a somewhat selfish choice, but very good for the rest of his team if he can actually get there. Does have the ridiculous damage. Is getting some good scouting on now with the wolves too, though, and that's in a smoke. Okay, so he did just spot this happening.
Yeah, they know. And Shopify grouping together. Will they go for a counter smoke themselves? Looks like they have BKB for the Faceless and gonna go for the smoke immediately.
This is a tough smoke, though, man. This is like it's all 3 minutes on the Aegis, so what are they gonna do?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
What is the goal here? They have one obs on Rubik, none on Coddle.
They're hoping to find one person farming just on the other side, but Aster are all together. Or maybe they just want to take over this side of the map. Like they're ceding the bottom half of the map to Aster and just farming up here.
It's kind of all they can do. I mean, the flares are coming out here from Pichu. He wants to keep this push going in the top lane. Definitely the best thing you can do is a clockwork in these situations. He's got 3 points in it, so it's helping to slowly push it, but Arteezy will counter that out now. So XSS grabs that mid wave because they've been using the Lycan summons to push mid while also all moving up top. So they're trying to take advantage of the fact and just say like, hey, you have Aegis and we don't want to fight, but we're trying to control 2 lanes while you only have 1 in the hopes that we can get at least a little bit of pressure on that tier 2. They don't want to commit to anything because it's Roche, but Aster could probably focus on this tier 1 mid, I would think.
Yeah, I think they can get that one at the very least. And then it's a question of like, are Shopify getting that top tier 2? They're actually probably going to, it looks like, with the Ancient Ice Shaman. They're not going to be able to defend their mid tower. That drops quickly. But yeah, top tier 2 tower is just about dead. Oh, smoke though.
So low commitment.
I mean, this is the scary part though.
That's the guy.
They're looking. Abed there. They blink off to the side.
The nighttime.
Did Kaka misclick? I don't know what happened there, but he blinked to the right. It looked like it was the perfect opening. Saberlight trying to run in, look for more. Abed, control, jump forward, gets the kill on to 1. Can they find any more? XXS out with the Shivas, and they aren't really focusing or able to get onto any one hero. Saberlight turns now onto Sumail. But as they back away and TP out, it looks like that's going to be the extent of it. 2 for 1.
Yeah, they realize that they can't kill these 3 cores right now with the spells they have left. It's just not going to go well. Obviously, you don't want to go into the Aegis. You don't want to have to use this BKB or commit the Chrono. This is what you want. You want to have that Chrono up when this Aegis is ending in 30 seconds. So they could just regroup and go for another play, I would guess. But yeah, I'm not sure what happened. I couldn't tell if they could see. I should have swapped my vision to see if they had an idea there of exactly where he was walking on Abed, because it kind of looked like the second that Pichu saw, he threw out the hook shot.
Yeah.
So I think that Kaka couldn't see him.
Okay. I don't understand why else you would blink there, though, either. That's the other thing that feels weird about it.
I'll have to check that one after.
Well, regardless, Aster, they do get the gank and connect onto the Ancient Creep, so...
I wonder if did Pichu smoke pop and he blinked right thinking that it was up on that cliff?
Yeah, maybe.
That must have been what it was. But yeah, hard to tell, but obviously having the perspective. So that's your homework, everyone.
6K.
Any Tormentor gamers?
They might go for it.
Yeah, Aster could go for this. I don't see why not. Kaka is thinking about it. Pichu's calling it. Saying, let's go. We'll hand that one on over.
Shopify are already
Jetpack.
in position to go. In. Yeah, he gets it. They get the Wisdom Rune as well for Arteezy. And now going to try and take this bottom tier 1 tower. Mjolnir done for the Faceless.
With the Defiant Shell.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
God, Timber is so freaking farmed in this game. XXS has had a fabulous one. Blink Dagger done now, too.
His levels have been very high the whole time, too, despite there not being, like, that much combat. He's second highest in the game, only to the Midasing Faceless Void.
Right. Morphlane almost has Satanic. 2 cores are in a really good position.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Have
Kaka's
not...
back to lurking again. In that same spot.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's gonna wait. Oh, my, they almost walked right into him.
Oh, they will now. They see.
Don't move.
Stay still. Oh, wait, what?
Dude, you're visible, dude. It doesn't last forever.
Oh, no. Kaka, the old school player, doesn't know the new school tricks with the Shadow Amulet. That is hilarious. Oh, no. Pichu's starting to get burned down, but they can't quite get in on him. And they can't run at XXS. They don't have the damage they need yet on Shopify. They can kill supports, but Crit ends up dying. Now Saberlight managed to get the kill on a Pichu. The Chronosphere, kind of weird and all over the place, but they get the finish onto Samael.
They need his lockdown so bad too. To lose Kaka is so painful. I watched the replay now. Oh my god, this was so funny. He's just standing. Maybe he lagged. All right.
There's a chance.
That's clearly the only only thing that could have happened.
Jeez. Well, 30 minutes, 8K gold lead now for Aster. They have continued to build it up. And jump in, Monet. Chasing onto Arteezy. I mean, this is a very big Morphling. He has Aghanims too, so the time walk's done. But is it going to matter? XXS shows up, tries to bring him down. Arteezy did not stand a chance. Now, Waveform Time Lock doesn't have it. No more Morph ready for Monet. But Monet Morphling is starting to hit hard.
It's a frightening force. A 10K lead developing here, and obviously that Roshan 2 minutes, yeah, that's going to be the time. That's what they're all aiming for on the side of Aster. Kaka's down bottom, just pushing this lane up by himself for the longest time right now. So
yeah.
He has washed his face. He's ready to go now.
Good to go.
And the Wolves now immediately right back into that mid lane, just chasing Pichu. Do they have a gem? They don't, right? No, okay.
So.
No, these wolves are extremely useful for that specifically. I mean, that's basically what Saberlight does this whole game, just sending them out. And it's so annoying for Clockwork, too. Like, when you hit a wolf with your hook shot, it's pretty much the worst. He drops a sentry on the ramp, so at least he's going to spot this one coming at him right now. Kaka forced to blink and just stun it to kill this thing. Still doesn't get it, but there's another sentry nearby, so it's okay.
Yeah. Now they see that Abed's in the area. He's going to zip TP away and gets back home. But yeah, I mean, in that last fight, they managed to get the chrono onto Sumail, killed him there. But there is still this question of, like, over these next couple of minutes for Shopify, if they don't find a chrono, like, how do they start these fights even? It's just been, like, Saberlight running at supports, which is good and all, but they don't have an answer for Monet, and they don't have an answer for XXS. Timber and more for problems.
And they're trying to get the AC down on Sumail. It's pretty close, so to counter the AC that's there for Saberlight. If Monet ever gets to the shard as well, I mean, that thing still exists.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know, that would be extremely useful for him in this game. The Wolves come out again to scout this out, so we're all in the know right now as to where they are sitting and waiting for this Roche. And they smoke up. The Wolf's coming again, so obviously they're not going to know anything right now. They see that Wolf come through. He decides to just kill it, so they know that they're smoked up. Gets pinged by Saberlight.
Yeah. Flare goes out. Sumail coming in to join the rest of the team. Shopify playing around this vision over here. And you can see how far back Abed is staying. He does not want to get caught first at all in this instance. He doesn't have any defensive items yet.
The stolen chakram's about to wear out, unfortunately, on Fly. That's a lot of his damage he's about to lose.
And Roche is going down.
Again.
Roche is going down. Sending those wolves. Scan connects. Dire see that people are coming around. Now stolen timber chain in trouble. Fly gone. Just like that.
Tried to get a ward down. He tried to establish vision on the twin gate, but it got taken out.
Silence. Back away. Rubik can get there. He's TP. Rubik? Oh my god. Fly's TP'd in a crazy place, but will not get punished.
Half HP on Roche.
Can't do anything. Sending in the creeps. They're moving forward, finding one. The stomp is there. Roche very low. Jump through. Good damage. Sumail hits onto all of them. Chrono is out, but do they have enough? I don't know if they can. Can they kill him off in time? The Rubik Chakram is there. And Monet dropping lower and lower, but he gets the time walking out, but he's stuck. Oh, Monet is stuck. He gets stuck on the freaking staircase. Unbelievable. He got away, but then couldn't run all the way away. And now
coming
Roche,
back. He's not done.
Saberlight, they find him. Blinks in. Blinding light push out. Saberlight jumps away. Kaka can't connect with the stun. Finally gets him, but Saberlight lives. Survives through that finger of death. XXS wanted to kill, but the TP out. Inside the Roche pit. XXS, Lotus Orb, chase forward. No buybacks on the Morphling, on the Lion, but Sumail is here. Does he have enough left in the tank? Not much mana. XXS is low. The Spirit Vessel, it's doing everything. Can they kill him off? Yes. Arteezy gets the finish. Abed cleans it up. That is Aegis. No, Arteezy, he gets bashed by Roche. It's fine. Oh, man.
What an insane fight, yo. I gotta give Abed all the credit. He got this like pre-cast Orchid on Takaka when he tried to blink it on that Lion. He completely killed his initiation. And that's what allowed them to get off the chrono. That's what got everything else going. Because Kaka was about to end their careers right there with that follow-up when he was chasing in with Monet. And all that damage he was ready to do, oh, that could have been so bad. Well done from Abed.
Dude, it's
just recognizing the impact.
It's gotta feel cathartic for Arteezy to see somebody else just stuck in a bad place, you know?
It's called exposure therapy.
Exactly. Oh, man. Well, only 2K gold separating these two teams. Shopify, I mean, it feels like they've turned a corner. My God, don't look at the graph. Actually, do look at the graph. That is quite the turn. What a fight.
So that's like is that seriously a 20k XP swing? Is that real?
Yeah, man.
That's a lot. That's a big number.
That is everything.
I mean, yeah, you have level 23.5 for Arteezy. 22 for Monet, though. He also shot way up. And he managed to surpass XXS. He was a bit behind him before. At least he got something out of that. Now gets a Daedalus. So big damage on this Morphling.
Lincoln
The
Sphere
vision
done.
again, it's coming out from Saberlight. All these units, they're finding people.
Right. And the gem, get the D ward. Abed with this Aegis in hand, he almost had. I mean, he can get a Hex right now, but wanting to save buyback. He's the only one in the game with buyback.
Oh, well, there it is. It's coming.
All right.
I like how he buys it on his courier over there while standing here. That seems a little excessive, but it's all right. Can't risk it. And you know what? They just played the secret shop, so there you go.
True. Spell Prism, a couple other tier 4 neutrals starting to come out. The Spell Prism for Queen of Pain is really good. Smoke up as a bunch. They see Pichu. Sending in the creeps. Trying to jump, finding one. It's Monet. Is it going to be good enough? Hook shot out. Breaks the Lincolns. Zips, dodges, gets away. Pichu's still in trouble. Jetpack to get over the cliff. That keeps him alive. But it's another round of Chakram stolen for Fly.
Oh, so impactful, man. That big damage. Just a free take on this tower as Abed will zip in and grab it.
Does get the deny on it by Timbersaw, so XXS.
Oh, yeah, nice, nice.
Now with a heart. So, again, he came so close to dying in that last one. At the same time, you have these answers, right? You've got the Spirit Vessel done. And if he doesn't have Lotus back up again, if XXS has to use that early or use that preemptively, this Spirit Vessel is going to do massive damage.
Monet, yeah, he is farming the shard. I really think this is the best value choice he can get at this point in the game because it's just so protective versus the enemy team. And he purchases it up now, so that is a big deal. That's definitely going to mean they want to get that Hex on top of him. Or else, even inside the Chrono, obviously, he'll be able to just straight up shift.
Right. Shopify.
That's cool.
Wanting to take advantage of this Aegis. 2 minutes left on it. XXS underneath the ward. They're onto him. Crit. Lift. Pull back. Hex. Spirit Vessel. Damage there. Lotus off. Abed jumps the back line. Can't connect onto Kaka. Kaka got the blink away. Now onto Monet. Do they have the damage for him? Pull back. Chrono. He didn't get Sumail, but the hook shot does get the stun onto Arteezy, but tearing through the morph. Monet waveform trying to escape. Not going to happen. Dead for 100 seconds. XXS pulled back in. Lotus will be there when he comes back up, and Arteezy stunned. But with no Morphling for 80, they don't know that he doesn't have it necessarily, but they're going to push high ground.
They got creeps mid lane. Abed still has an Aegis for a minute. He wants to burn this. He wants to get inside, but he wants someone other than XXS. He wants someone a little bit squishier. Maybe a Kaka.
Kaka doing a good job of dodging the ganks, but they can never be on the front foot. Sumail, they find him there. Looks for the Hex. He can't get him. He can't get him. You can't click this guy. Blinks are broken as he heads through. Abed finally gets it there with a stun onto the Storm Spirit. But the zips to dodge Kaka, he couldn't get a stun off.
I'm old. I can't track him.
Oh my god, though. XXS.
Yeah, he sees this regen rune. So not only is his Aegis about to expire, but he finds a regen rune spawning down bottom thanks to their Observer ward here. Always control. You see they have double wards on the runes right now.
Yeah.
Still controlling that up because there's a Storm Spirit in their game and on their team. Got to make sure you got those. They're going to try and grab a couple of these remaining tier 4 neutrals.
Right. Gotta get it. All right, Nagus just now finally going to expire.
They still have one left on the Radiant that hasn't been used. I'm not sure by who. Looks like it's just Saberlight.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he hasn't used it yet. Like, he hasn't used the token.
Got it.
What do you got, Saberlight? Mindbreaker. Okay, wants to mix it up a little bit here.
Like it?
Catch him off guard.
Yeah, that
That's
random
a sneaky
silence.
one, dude.
It's good.
I don't know, like, of all heroes, just I like him.
Also, you know, if he does end up ever getting kills, that attack speed will be nice to tear through those buildings. Does have his Hex stun as well. Obviously, great item to get on the Universal Hero now for Lycan.
Very balanced.
Timeless Relic for Abed.
Very balanced to have
baby.
both a critical powering ultimate as well as get a ton of damage from a scythe and Lincoln's. Very cool.
Oh man, this is one of those moments where for Aster, you know, the game has kind of been swinging back the direction of Shopify, but if they can get a good fight, and Abed's not with them, the hook shot coming up a little short, but look at this damage. Look at that damage. Just absolutely wrecked Saberlight.
I gotta say, the most ambitious TPs I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he knows, but it's just definitely nothing happening with a buyback, that's for sure. But he also knows there's no objectives on the map this time that ever be worthy of. So
Dude, are you
tries
ready?
the immediate TP. What am I ready for?
I don't know.
60 minutes?
I feel like this game is going the distance. There's just something about the feel of it. I'm excited. I think these teams, they're like, it's too important for both of them, right? To like secure upper bracket for Aster, for Shopify, to make sure they don't get eliminated, that they're going to be so safe, and I feel like they're never going to risk high ground. But, I mean, this could be big right here. They have DD. They find him right away. Thinks about it. Chrono, he only got the lion, and Rubik is maybe going to die for it. Oh, Fly goes down. They almost managed to catch both, but it's not enough. And now Monet onto Arteezy, going toe-to-toe, trying to take him down, but Artur is gone.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
He's strong.
He's just the better Faceless Void right now.
And Abed, I mean, honestly, he's got to be careful here, too. If they get in range, wait a minute.
He
Monet.
doesn't seem to agree.
Oh, God. Dude, that was crazy.
It's a bold watcher take. Give him that.
And a hex done now in Sumail. Oh, baby. We're getting there.
Arteezy did ruin the build of Monet as well. He was thinking about going for the butterfly, but the MKB came out on Arteezy. So
Okay.
shifting over to a Swift Blink here. Be the decision here for Monet. Well, we'll see. That's at least what he's considering. He did fully just buy out a Blink, so probably what he's going to do.
Oh,
See that minus attack from the Howl takes out like 106-ish of his attack right now. It is crazy.
Yeah, it's really good. And, I mean, no buyback right now on Arteezy. He's dead for 40 seconds. I mean, it's actually, there's going to be some substantial damage done here. With no buyback, this is at least a set of racks, it looks like. Do they try and go for more? There's a lot of time, and Monet hits very hard.
He actually mantas to dispel the Howl, too. He was waiting for that.
Wow. Big plays for Aster. They're the ones that take the first racks of the game. I mean, I don't know. This could go either way. It comes down so much to initiations. Honestly, with Rocket Flare, it's like this battle of wolves spam and getting vision there versus the Rocket Flare vision. Shopify smoke.
They're going to be a bit disappointed here if they manage to gain control through the Twin Gate here to find that there is not a Roche at that bottom part, but and so he's not about to be running through here.
Waveform cooldown talent. Also, Lycan gets the Aghanim Scepter. They find one. Pichu in trouble. Pichu dead. Rubik with the big flamethrower.
Yeah, they bumped right into each other in the tree line, and Crit dropped down the wards, got the kill. So 40 more seconds here, and this is where they want to establish control. This obviously, this could spawn any second right now for Aster. They don't know what this timing is, so Clockwork, a pivotal hero here, wants to be throwing out all of these flares, constantly checking the Roche, but you cannot sneak one versus Clockwork.
Saberlight
showing XXS. They're going for the long wraparound all along the cliff side, trying to find a deep angle here, but you have to be careful that the flare doesn't give you away.
Fly. They see him. Fly in trouble. Tries to get out. Not going to happen. Does not have buyback. Now, they do have the wolf bite onto Faceless Void. Arteezy is in wolf form. Ready to go. Now, Abed needs to find his way into this fight in a good position. Roche is going to spawn. And with wolf bite wearing out, he still has a little bit of duration left, but it doesn't look like they're quite going to get it. They have to get away. They got to give up the Aegis, it looks like. XSS chasing. Arteezy jumps away. Ahmed goes on to Monet, but do they have the damage? Chrono, it's up, but can he get there in time? He hexes them, finds them all. That's enough. That's what they needed. Now on to Sumail. Haka there for the save, but only for a moment. Sumail still backing out of there. The chase down, Crit surviving against XXS. Arteezy's onto him. No coddle. They bought back on Monet. They have to run on Shopify. Arteezy, he dies. Now he buys back. Abed now onto Monet. Can they kill him off? Abed in trouble. Tries to TP out. Not going to happen. Dead for 100 seconds. Saberlight. Oh, it's not there. It's not there. Saberlight does have buyback, though. They're TPing to get a bounty rune. Now he has buyback.
Yeah, he got it. The bounty rune. Nice play from Fly.
Immediately onto it. Arteezy farming. The big play.
Aster are going to respect these buybacks. They are going to retreat, but keep in mind, they already used the Chrono. Obviously, the biggest tool that they have right now. And the ultimate counter of the buyback came out from Monet. Back into position they go. Vision currently for Shopify not looking too hot. And they still have that great Op Sentry combo over by the Lotus pool from Aster. So if they aren't careful moving through here, could set up something nice. But they're 15 seconds away from a clockwork initiation. They don't have the best reach. It's kind of on Kaka here. He's got the ninja gear. He can be pretty sneaky.
Looking, finding, Hex out, dead. No buyback, Abed. I mean, they see XXS. That's not what they want. They take out the Vision. Arteezy's still hitting it. They're in there. They don't know about this. They don't know about this.
Use the bite.
Taking it as quickly as they can. Abed runs in. They need to get it. Roche bash. Roche bash. Roche bash. Aster, they don't realize. They don't realize. Oh, they didn't know. Now Abed ready to unleash hell upon all of them. Can they kill him off? Big damage out. Tries to back away. Crit in trouble. Sumail screams in his face. Takes him for the kill. Arteezy, the Chronosphere, it wasn't what they needed. They were able to dodge away from him. Now Abed dead, gonna come back to life. Arteezy still trying to do some damage. Zip forward, finding Monet, trying to bring him low, but the Hex is there. Force staff keeping him back. He's Hexed, he's low, he's almost dead. Monet for the turn, trying to escape. The time warp, the turnaround with the Satanic. That's what they needed. The rest of Shopify in trouble, but Arteezy able to get away for a moment, trying to lifesteal off of creeps. He doesn't even have any lifesteal. Monet lived.
Oh, he's the wolf.
I can't believe
he's the
he
wolf,
lived.
man. Eat them.
Oh my God. How did he survive?
Low. He was so low. I mean, the sustain of becoming Faceless Void with Time Walks in combination there with a Satanic, it's just too much. All the lockdown, it doesn't matter. Abed did so much. They call it. I mean, I guess so. Like, they've already lost their mid.
And that
no one else is coming back.
That Chrono. Oh, man. It was just a little bit off. Oh, jeez. What a game. What a game.
Oh, God, I love Dota.
It's good.
Jeez. What's the point of other games? Why do they even exist when that can happen? Like,
what a performance from XXS. In the end of that one, Abed finishes 18-2-9. He had a hell of a game. It just wasn't enough. And Monet, man, Monet, what a gamer.
I mean, that's it right there. Kaka too played incredibly well throughout this game, and also provided us with the best moments of this game. So shout outs to Kaka on that one. It's always nice to watch players also learn about interactions and items.
I know. Exactly.
That's always a good time.
There were some clutch moments.
I feel like Sumail had a very interesting game too. It really did remind me of C-Smile's performance in terms of just like jumping to the back line and stuff like that. Wait, it wasn't C-Smile. Was it C-Smile?
C-Smile, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just like jumping to the back line constantly, just like chasing.
We got to watch some of these late game ones because there's a couple where I didn't even know what the hell happened. We're going to see that Monet clip again, I'm sure, as well in this. But Abed made so much happen. The fact he only died twice is crazy.
It really is.
It was then, and then, like, he didn't even die in that last fight. It was that death and then the death earlier on. So this right here, I think this was when it all came down to it. Monet was so low.
They had to kill him right there.
Oh, my God.
What, 70 HP? 70.
My God. Satanic time walk.
And he does all the damage after. Like, look, he is the one who's killing everyone. Like, Sumail's putting out some damage and stuff, but it's when he shows up, really, that you're bringing down the Lycan. as well as RTZ at the end there. So that hurts. That really hurts to be this close.
And the thing about this too in Group B is that like there's a realistic chance that depending upon the outcome, like these games could mean the difference between Shopify getting eliminated right now. Not even like, not talking about upper bracket. Like that stuff's also, it's basically all sorted at this stage. Now it's just, can they even survive through to go on to the next stage? It's between Secret, Shopify, TSM, and Tundra. They're all playing it out. We're going to go to a break. When we get back, we're going to have game number 2. We'll see y'all then.
مستمتع وتلاقي الوجبة جاية على الأصول يجيك العيش هش طالع من الأوفن والدجاج يقرمش just the way I love it وتسوي كده وتسوي كده وتسوي كده مع الحشمة وانت تبغى راب خفيفة جيب تويستر أنا جيب لي وجبة الزنجر بس كله يجيب اكسترا تشيز على الكرانشي تشيكن في السنتر حطلب باكت حطلب زنجر حطلب مايتي حطلب تويستر جيب له باكت جيب له زنجر جيب له الأصلي جيب له تويستر delicious yeah
Welcome back, everybody. We're here getting ready for what is going to be the final matches of Group B. Pickers that are likely to have. I'm keeping my eye on those other games that are going on, as you should be as well, because it's going to determine a lot of what's going on. We're already into the draft, but as we get through these first couple of bans and picks, I'll let you guys know what you should be on the lookout for, as we are already into it. So the most important thing, first and foremost, is that right now the two games to watch are Bet Boom versus TSM and Tundra versus Secret, to know what the stakes are going to be for this game. It is,
so to be clear, you're saying go away. Stop watching this. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, what I'm saying is that in a second we're about to know, and I think what's going to come out in eventually is that Shopify are going to have to win this game. If they don't win this game, they're going to drop down into a three-way tiebreaker where two of the teams end up going home. If Shopify win, most likely the outcome is that TSM and Tundra will be eliminated. But they have to win.
I see.
Got to come with a victory.
What you're saying is their fate is in their own hands right now.
Exactly.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's important.
So currently, if you missed game one, or if you were there for game one, I think it's safe to say that that game pretty much came down to fairly tiny moments in the end. Like those things like 70 HP on the Morphling. If he goes down, they probably win that last fight on Shopify. The game continues. They get another shot at successful chronos and everything. But I guess in the end, the game plans around the chronos were pretty good, but in the end, you're still playing around chronos constantly. Like the buybacks from Aster were clutch. They played around it really well themselves to give themselves the best chance of winning that game, and they did. But the Storm Spirit Coddle was largely very successful for Shopify, I would say.
Right. It got what they needed to do done. And the scary part now is with a couple of changes to these bans, we see that Snapfire gets let through. They take Lion as the second pick overall, and now we're getting some different heroes taken out in the draft. But both teams kind of have this initial setup of what's likely going to be the mid with Snapfire paired together with Lion, Lincoln, Mortimer's Kisses, craziness, all the good stuff, and then, of course, Storm Spirit doing Storm Spirit things.
That is right here, but I'm just glad we got Cock a Lion again, because Gray versus the Storm Spirit creates some tension there for old Abed jumping around. Can't be a little bit too wild. And pairs pretty nicely with the Snapfire too, whether they're both supports or if it's just straight up a mid snap. It allows Lion to assist in kills pretty easily without even having the Finger of Death.
Right. Absolutely. Set up for the rest of his team to do the damage that they need to. The scary thing that I will say is that I've seen Sumail put people in the grave through the first couple of waves with this Snapfire. And I actually think it's probably a pretty good matchup against the Storm. So that one was banned out in the first phase last time around. They get it for Sumail. It's scary. It's scary stuff. They do ban out the Darkseer now along with the Tidehunter. I wonder if they're going to take an early Arteezy hero. Just like drop down a TB.
Are we brood mothering somewhere? What's going on here?
Maybe.
A couple of heroes are coming to mind right now when I see this. You know? Not something that really either of this team has been too focused on, though, huh?
No.
Not a lot of Spider. Early on, they were playing it from Aster, but don't think they've picked it up in these last couple matches, and not really something Shopify has opened up for at all. They haven't even been too concerned with it in some of their drafts either. But there goes the Legion, too. Yeah, the strong offlane, a heavy focus right now. Timbersaw, Tide, Darkseer, Legion Commander. Shopify just removing a bunch of XXS heroes. Yeah,
and again, to me, with the exception of the Tidehunter, all of these feel like it'd be pretty rough to play a Terrorblade into it. We have also seen the Luna get taken by Arteezy more than a few times. That's another route that they could go with this. Both of those feel like they kind of get countered out by other heroes pretty heavily.
Surely you just Rubik. I can't see not Rubicking right now. It is, I know they just played Call of Rubik and they lost, but it looked pretty solid. It's good versus Snap and Lion.
Okay.
But, okay, this is it has a little bit more flex in terms of the laning potential. It can feel a little bit better. It definitely points me towards more of those Lunas and TBs, more so the Luna, honestly, is what I think of when I see Clockwork. Like a ranged hero that wants that buffer.
Well, and to be honest, I think part of this is just denying it from Aster. Like it was so good at scouting things out, and then you also have the added fear of Snapfire with it. If you have Clockwork Line as a support combo, it's terrifying.
But, I mean, that just gives this over instead.
Right.
So, fair enough. And they are going to grab themselves a Faceless Void. Okay. And, talking about damage in the Chrono last game, it wasn't too high for Shopify. No. Right now, it is massive for Aster. It's going to be the core Snapfire. So, at the start, it's mostly the spells that do the damage. But then later on, you get that big sustained damage of someone is just going to die in Chrono if it's a level 20 Snapfire for the most part.
Man, yeah, this is a scary, scary situation for them. And I'm not sure really what the answer is. Like a lot of the heroes that you would traditionally want to play now are the ones we were talking about potentially picking with it. They don't really fit the mold anymore.
The Arteezy Lone Druid.
I mean, I don't know, man. That's rough. Well, he has last pick overall, so they can wait until then. One of the issues, though, that happens with this, when you take this offlaner right now, like, there's already been so many carries banned out. Now they can just all focus Arteezy heroes to ban, right?
10 seconds
like,
remaining.
I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned that there's not going to be enough heroes left in the pool for him.
Yeah, but I think that his hero has to be last. I don't think you want to give Saberlight the last because the exact same thing is with these offlaners too, right? Like there's like nothing left right now, and they have to find something for XXS in a pretty stagnant pool here. It's a bit of a puddle right now.
Dude, are they going to Wraith King on Shopify?
I hope not. I mean, it is a classic versus the Faceless Void. I'll tell you what, if they pick XXS Doom, then they'll Wraith King. That's like the ultimate bait play. Just pick Doom so they Wraith King into instant loss.
Right.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, I mean, in the context of Shopify's draft, a Luna looks great. The problem is you have Faceless Void, you have Snapfire. Then these other supports are there to like control too. I think that he might just get kind of destroyed. Like maybe he doesn't die in a BKB if he gets BKB off before Chrono comes out. But it's tough.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Tell me.
Ranged heroes in the safe lane for Arteezy. Templar Assassin banned.
Tell me.
Shadow Fiend still in.
Shadow Fiend.
Shadow Fiend still in.
Dude, I think it's the same problem, though.
Shadow Fiend still in. Big ulti versus Faceless Void, right?
I don't know,
No
man.
Chrono, right? Get that going later.
It's...
Arteezy, Desperation, have to win. You just have to win this game and you're free.
Let's do it. Let's go. If you're going to go out, you might as well go out like that.
Have they played it even at this tournament?
I don't think so, no.
Wow, not believers. Unbelievable.
So, little update as we've been going through this draft. The rest of the games have been playing out, and TSM is actually fighting back against BetBoom. Okay, as I say that, Tomato dies. All right, yeah, it's looking pretty bad.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the update, bud.
No problem. Now that the entire team just got wiped in the other game, don't bother looking over there. Nothing interesting is happening, clearly. That does set us up for, again, this situation where likely if Shopify win this game, they are through. If they lose, they have to play a tiebreaker against two other teams, Tundra as well as TSM, if the game continues the way that we're thinking it's going to go.
Ooh, that's a good ban, the Enigma. I was looking through, I was like, what heroes are even left in the pool here? There's basically Enigma, Brood is still in, but they'd still have a chance to counterpick that. The Mag is in, XXS God, the absolute classic pick, but not really a hero that we're too keen on at the moment.
No.
There's nothing else that works like Darkseer that pulls you out of the zip like from an offlane, is there? So they will take the Brood. Okay. So I mean, they played it before. They have won some at least one game already versus Liquid with this. Counter picks to a Brood that are still in. The Naga Siren's the biggest one. It's already gone. And how much reserve time they got? They got about like 38 seconds here to consider this. Classic Arteezy hero, the Troll Warlord.
I mean, it's something.
Troll haters.
I mean, I think Troll also does kind of fit the pace of their
Slark?
lineup.
But it's in the Faceless Void. Oh, that's Monkey King. Okay.
Interesting.
That's pretty solid. Probably going to be a Battle Fury Monkey King. Seems like a safe thought.
I think they
I
swapped
would
the
guess
lanes.
here.
Put Monkey against Monet.
We'll see. See what they want to do here. I don't think there's any other surprises. Yeah, everyone else is just picking up the heroes that you would want here as we get our last one. It's a really good Inner Beast game. Super solid. Got themselves a Monkey King and a Storm Spirit. Obviously does a ton of damage in terms of just like straight up right-clicking the whole time.
Totally.
But Aster, they have put themselves now on the chrono clock, much like Shopify were, where they had to play a lot around of RTZ having that, and then the buybacks become a concern. Now that's something here for Shopify. So they'll be trying to manage that situation here. And even before the Broodmother, already had lots of damage in the chrono. Brood even has a little bit of extra since she's that giant nuke now that you're always chucking out into it. So it looks pretty solid. The chase down, though, onto the Broodmother is pretty legit because they get the Monkey King after, and they already had the Beastmaster and the Clockwork and the Storm Spirit. That's why I don't think they were that concerned about the Brood. I think it did cross their mind, but they were more comfortable playing into this than a more like team-oriented offlane hero.
Mm-hmm. I think that the Vision battle is going to be really interesting to watch too. You know, we talked about it last game. Clockwork, then the Hawks are out there, and then you're sort of battling that against the Spiders. While you did say that they're going to be playing around this Chrono Clockwork, the Chrono timing, they do also get a lot done even without Chronosphere. You know, you jump in with Lion, jump in with Rubik, maybe Mortimer's Kisses to the side. There's some pick-off potential there.
Faceless Void players don't play Dodo without Chrono, though.
Exactly.
They don't actually exist. They just ping it, and they just say, on cooldown.
Right.
On
No.
cooldown.
Monet's not going to be there, but I think the rest of Aster can fight.
Okay.
So, game number 2. Aster have already secured their spot in the upper bracket. Would obviously love to get a few more wins, and maybe that pushes them up to higher priority in terms of how people pick stuff or whatever. I have no idea how that works at all. But we'll just say it confidently that that's what happens, and maybe it'll be true.
Winning feels good.
True.
That's what we got for you right now. Oh, here's a random question: Is there a break day?
I don't know. There is
think
not.
there is. There's no break day. So that's a big deal. You definitely want to win then.
Yeah.
No break day to reset. You want to keep this momentum going.
Well, have fun, Izabed. The late have fun. Good luck. Have fun. All right, Aster are wishing luck, and Shopify are only saying have fun.
Toxic.
Very toxic. And bounty runes? It looks like it's going to be 2 apiece. As everybody heads off to their laning stage. And again, things that I want to see in this one are going to be how many stacks do we get? Because they can definitely take them this time on Shopify.
Yeah, that's true. Especially, obviously, if he goes for the Battle Fury build, which we are anticipating because it is RTZ.
Right.
Less of that combat style that we already had from Liquid, as well as, was it EG too?
Kaka.
But
jeez.
Yeah, he'll manage to survive here. See if Fly, I'm sure, is hoping to also bully this Broodmother, right? That level 1 that we're often seeing now with the Silken Bola actually kind of harass quite a bit into the Broodmother, but they got the wave really far back here. Nice play there. Level 1 Clockwork, baby. Just get in there. Punch him.
Battle. A lot of punches. We love to see it. We'll have to get some tangos going for himself, but getting that pressure on, very important.
Mid though, definitely what we want to talk about though, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Sumail has been crushing on this Snapfire when he gets the chance. He's playing into Abed Storm Spirit. So the 2 masters right now of these heroes in the mid lane. And obviously, Sumail just knowing so much about the Storm Spirit matchup in general, you would think that he's going to have a really good handle on this. They're both very well versed in how they're going to do. So curious if anyone takes a real advantage, or if that just means that we end up kind of even.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it kind of comes down to how good are these matchups, not in terms of how they play it completely, but also just in terms of how the heroes stack up against each other. And there's definitely going to be a kill potential if Sumail gets there faster to level 6. That's going to be the thing to watch.
I think even pre-6, the only real potential should be from the snap. And then the way the Storm gets a kill is you essentially have to make a mistake going for that kill as a Snapfire, because there shouldn't really be a way for the Storm to counter you out. And then these are the plays we're looking for. The cookie. Oh, here we go. Oh, he went for it.
Oh, baby.
Yep, he went for the cookie. The lane wasn't quite right. He stopped right-clicking. No fairy fire going. That's it. That's all it takes.
That's huge. Listen, you're up against the wall, back down, and you give Abed Storm Spirit, get the kill. Monet now finds the finish onto Saberlight. Interesting stuff, man.
Dude, that's all it takes. One go of trying to be aggressive for Zumail, and he just gets turned on. I mean, the uphill hit, too. A little unlucky in some ways. Maybe if that misses, he turns and maybe right-clicks Abed down.
True.
It was a little bit close.
Well, that
big edge in this lane, though.
I know. Now that Abed is going to most likely get to 6 first, I mean, I guess there's still a chance that it doesn't happen if Sumail can start denying out a bunch of these creeps against him. And does do a good job of spamming out spells constantly. As Arteezy in trouble in courier form, but it won't have enough to get him. Does he have any regen? No regen. Has to get some pass over from Fly.
Yeah, not sure how he's going to manage this for a little while. Obviously not a regen concern there for a Broodmother. Just sits there with this gross inventory of a universal hero. 3 branches and 2 circlets. And currently hitting for 72 compared to the 64 of Monkey King. That's something.
Really annoying to deal with. Those just not fully blocked out, I guess, on that 1 sentry ward there. Crit's going to head over, pick up a bounty, make the rotation in towards mid. You know what they need to do. Just keep sending heroes here to try and make Sumail not feel great. Now, he will get there a little bit. Oh, no. All right.
I guess he didn't want to get cookied and then have Sumail grab it and then be stuck there, right? That would have been the concern. Like, he walks up, blasted. 1 bad time. So Abed just playing really nicely around the Snapfire.
Does get cookied there.
That's the first blood power with those raindrops.
Interesting. Yeah, true. I mean, it doesn't end up doing that much. We'll try and just deny some creeps here for what he's worth. But Abed pulling it all the way back. Sumail won't be able to get in range for it. As down bottom, Saberlight, blood grenaded, punched. The jump forward from Monet and the bash. Looks like it's going to be enough. So another kill on this Beastmaster down bottom.
Oh, Nate laughs it off there. And crit this game. Does he go for the spear again? Doesn't look quite as good. Curious to see if he opts for that. Is there anything that's really broken this game for him? Glimmer looks pretty solid, actually, but Glimmer is kind of huge.
Right.
But you don't really want to grab that first.
Just enough. The jump from Arteezy to finish him off, though. Yeah, it is a little bit annoying, though, for Crit because he did get the camp blocked out here. I don't know if he's going to go for the D ward on it, but he would love to get some of those big items up for himself. Definitely on this Coddle.
I think he probably is going. I mean, he's got the circlet, so he'll probably at least grab an urn. It's still really nice to supplement your damage there. And obviously, you have combinations with your ulti, too, with the Solar Bind.
Level 6 for Sumail right now. And looking for it. Chase, Cookie, Fade Bolt, damage, lift, everything. It's not enough. Do they have enough with the Mortimers? Abed still has a lot of mana. Go on to Fly, get that kill. Now Abed has to dodge. And will manage to escape.
Just a little bit shy there on the hits. Nice play from Abed to not just immediately zip defensively, but to move aggressively, get the kill, and that puts him moving southward to grab the away from Aster.
Yeah.
Because I think some Storm players probably just zip right back to their tier 1 there, right? Like a little bit too concerned, or maybe they grab the kill and then zip back, but recognize in the moment that that's where he needs to go, and because of that death, he's going to get the bottle refill now. So Abed looking to turn this around after getting first blooded. after getting the first blood, but then losing the CS lead as Sumail has taken that back over just due to the overwhelming nuke power of the Snapfire.
I mean, he's top net worth in the game right now on Sumail. This is just what this hero does, it feels like. It's so freaking strong. Not a huge relation between all of them. And some stacks trying to be made by Crit as Kaka picks up one Wisdom Rune. Crit's going to get the other. That should tip him off to the fact that this camp has been blocked here. So Saberlight not getting the full value out of this that he would normally like. I think that was 2 stacks missed by Crit. Kaka pulling the range creep over.
And 30 seconds until the ultimate will be back from Sumail. You're going to expect an early rotation there, but XXS is on his own for now. It's a rotation from Abed instead.
Yeah. Oh my god, what an Earth Spike. And the Hex after, and XXS gets away.
And Kaka escapes too. That's crazy.
Do they have anything
that new
for
Earth
this?
Spike
No.
is so good.
Damn.
It's so fast.
And he TP'd to tier 1. He's back in lane.
That's the beauty of Brood.
Wow.
HP regen going, already has the soul ring. I mean, he's passively sitting at 13.3 HP regen right now as long as he's inside of a web. So life is good. And Arteezy defying my expectations here. Looks like he's going for that Echo Saber.
Abed. Still playing this safe with Sumail. Has Cookie, has Scatter Blast back up again. Wants to jump. Not going to get him. Not quite enough. Sumail goes invis. No detection. That's crazy. Just have that confidence. He's like, they're not going to have sentries.
I mean, the two of them playing it so close as well. Like, Abed trying to bait that entire situation. They're going to actually use a smoke here. Sumail did exit out to regen up a little bit here, though. So he has lost his invis. But they're going for the play. Fly leading the charge. Oh, maybe?
Chance.
The baits?
They find him. Good damage. Sumail's TP, or excuse me, Abed's TPing in. Now finds Kaka. Oh, the Hex. But the Boundless, that's pretty good. That's what they needed. On to Sumail, trying to kill off this Snapfire. Will they have enough? Yes. Sumail goes down. Chrono on to 3, but there's no damage. Abed, he's not even going to go down. Oh, what a great play. Moving in from Saberlight. Monet able to time walk off all that damage. Passing over Mangoes, whatever they can, but they don't want to go with Abed.
So in the end, they lose 2 heroes on the side of Aster. They pick up a support, but they do spend that Chrono. So that does not feel very good to boot there with the loss, as well as a quick grab on the Blinding Light for Pichu.
And tilling off Crit there too. So Midas on the way from Monet. He is top net worth in the game right now. Trying to get into that after going for a little bit more of a fighty build here in the early goings. And stacks being built. Those ones not blocked out.
They're going to steal that away from Abed. How about this last game? The crazy importance of these runes. Just so necessary for a Storm Spirit. They're going to hit the cookie play here. Sumail, it's so hard, though. I mean, so many heroes can get away from that situation. Can't get away from that situation where you can just immediately throw out the kisses and just get this kill, but Storm Spirit is one of those ones that you just can't rely on that for. They're going to quickly smoke him up as he starts regenerating. Throw a salve on top of Abed here, too. They're on the other side of this tower. They're playing super safe.
Yeah, they felt somewhat safe themselves because obviously it did a ton of damage to Abed. Now the rotation bottom. If they could kill Monet here before Midas, that would be absolutely perfect for him. Fly. Does he drop a ward? He's going to. They see him right away. Does not have hook shot yet, though. Abed zip. Oh, he can't get there for the pull. Now goes for it. Battery assault. Trying to do the damage. Trying to bring him down. Monet, time walk. He gets out. Oh, man. And Saberlight a second too late. They find Ichu. Sumail trying to do the damage now with the kisses. And it will be enough to get that kill. But a big commitment. And they didn't get the Faceless.
Yeah, and no turnaround kill there from those kisses either. It's a bit disappointing, I'm sure, for the side of Aster.
Right.
Able to pick somebody else up. So, I mean, that gank might have worked if he didn't max the time walk. We've seen a couple of voids going like that max time lock in some of our games, but Monet just keeping it safe there, ensuring that he wouldn't be brought down. I mean, you're playing into a clockwork, so it's got some serious value.
Yeah. So they Now, find Sumail. Pull him in. Saberlight trying to get in range for the roar. Gets in close and finds him. Abed trying to clean up. It's enough damage to take him down. Monet has Chrono. Chase forward. It's not quite in range. He's just out of range. He's not going to get him. Wow. And instead...
Oh, nice. The blinding light. And then the chakra.
And the Chrono onto 2 instead. Okay. Do they have enough to kill Crit? Yes, they do. Fly also in some trouble. Saberlight turns to punch Monet. Has another time walk there. Fly. Buys out. Ends up being brought down. Saberlight trying desperately to just finish this off. Monet, no more stacks up of the wild axes, so can't do anything there. But will almost snipe Pichu.
Let's get a steal on that level 4 axes too here.
That's
only
good.
1 point this primacy for now though. But man, you can really see how they're abusing the chakra magic with Abed though. Just diving, chasing, easily able to bring down Sumail. He's trying to find plays with his Atos, but he can't quite get them yet. They're being very aggressive, and they're catching him when he doesn't have his allies, or getting him when the Mortimer Kisses are on cooldown. So it's just a little bit awkward for him. And part of that is having a Broodmother on your team. It's a less active offlaner who's going to rotate. When the enemy team is diving your mid-tower, there's so many offlaners that just show up, be it through TPs or like Underlord just popping in or something like that. Heroes that want to be there to engage in the fight, like Legion Commander. Broodmother is not that hero. Broodmother is just going to stay up top. She's going to build you the auras, for the most part now, as we tend to not see these like Echo Saber rushes anymore, unless they're playing position 1 into like the BKB. So the auras will be solid, just they're not there yet in the early game.
Right. And that is one of the kind of issues, is Saberlight, he is going towards those, right? Helm of the Dominator done, trying to get towards the Vlads next. This timing they're going to play around could be good. Now, if they lose a couple heroes here and there, it's not what you want to see. And in fact, the hook shot away ends up still dying. So Fly ends up being brought down.
Pichu just upset he died too fast we couldn't steal it.
True. Teasy. Farming top, has that Echo Saber completed. And this is the thing that I'm curious for Shopify. Are they going to bring Arteezy to the fights? If he's going Echo Saber Monkey King, that BKB timing, they've got to hit it hard and maybe even get some stuff done before then.
Yeah, he's probably looking to maybe get a rotation up top to try and like chase down this Broodmother too.
Right.
I think that'd be pretty solid for an idea. Currently, though, they're just kind of hanging out under the tier 2 tower. Don't want to mess with this area that's all being controlled by Aster. You can see they have Monet just farming in behind. They sort of have this wall of units, and yeah, here comes that rotation now. So Arteezy going to look to join in. There is no Beastmaster, though, so part of their solid lockdown is missing, but the hookshot's back up. Went for the Medallion on Fly, so chances at an earlier Roche in this game. But it means he is lacking the mobility that you like to get in the earlier parts of a Clockwork. He's not going to get there anytime soon. But Medallion's just so cheap, very easy to grab when you're relatively poor. Starts it out.
Finding one. Kaka going to get pulled through on the other side, and they get the kill. Does come at the cost of Fly's life. And yeah, these smokes sort of a weird dynamic, it feels like right now. Because again, wanting to get into those first items for themselves. The Witchblade on Storm Spirit, the BKB afterwards for the Monkey King. And Aster, even though they don't have a ton of auras, they're kind of feeling good to go a bit. XXS has Pipe. They're playing somewhat aggressively.
He's going Pipe, and then he's going straight for the Scythe. I mean, considering it now, we'll see if he actually goes for it. It's a bit intense, but if you can find the farm, it's going to be really solid. Of course, you already have the line. He's going to have that Blink Dagger at a pretty good timing right now. It's coming up very soon. Only 100 gold away or so. And Scythe and Line Hex will really put the hurt onto Abed here. Does not want to have to go for a Lincoln's next.
Right. That ward taken out is pretty important, but also, I mean, just look at how aggressive they're able to play. I mean, Crit's going to get caught and killed here, and there's no punish. Like, Shopify not really making any moves right now. And it feels like they're kind of just waiting on this timing. They now have Helm of the Overlord.
That's got to be it. I can't imagine what else you're waiting for. I feel like Helm of the Overlord is going to be brought out. They're going to rotate and swing down through bottom, take over this Radiant jungle. But they're going to have to wait until 20 minutes for that to be super value so that the Roche moves back down here. Because with this early medallion, you're probably looking to get a Roche to get this Aegis on the Storm Spirit so that Abed can play really aggressively, especially into this Lion, into this Rubik. It's very daunting to try and jump in versus these two supports, especially when he can just get chained into an Atos pretty easily. They don't have any defensive Force Staffs yet either. Crit does recognize that Glimmer is mega broken this game, so unfortunately he's really poor compared to his typical Coddle self, so he can't go for that first smaller item like maybe an Urn or something. He has to go directly into the Glimmer Cape, but they also need Force Staffs. Like, Force Staffs are really solid versus people trying to chain Atos and into other disables, and they just cannot get the gold for it at the moment.
So this next couple of minutes here, again, is going to determine for Shopify basically if, you know, they're moving on in the upper bracket or if they're going to have to play another round of tiebreakers. And they're going to head into the pit, decide to make this move first after pushing out the wave. Aster are going over here. I don't think that Aster can get there quick enough, although it's not dropping that fast.
And
they're not all in there hitting it.
The Swarm, they know.
Oh, man. Okay, this is what it's coming down to. Can they take this fight?
Just move the spiders into the trees. They're going to find them all.
They see him. Pull in onto one. Rubik found right at the start. Boundless strike there. Finger of death out. Abed almost dead, but he gets away. The save is there. Monet looking for it. Has the chrono at the ready, but did get the bounty and actually catches onto a ton of them. Monet goes for the jump away. They focus on to the Coddle. But this fight going into favor right now of Shopify. Sumail is going to be caught and killed. Chrono was not doing enough in combination with the Mortimer's Kisses.
Man, that was pretty much all because of Fly, though. Like, that hookshot angle was sick. Manages to stop the initiation to completion there onto Abed, so he manages to get out. They go immediately back to the Roche pit. Despite having all that vision as well from XXS, they could not get the finish.
Man.
Whew. Jeez. And the damage is pretty even, too, right?
Yeah.
Across the board, as you can see, but that's because so much of it was just spread out there. Very well done.
Are they going in for another round? No, there's no way.
No.
Get here quick enough.
They're kind of just like pushing out this wave and just casually looking to retreat out of this one as fast as they can.
Man.
They have the boots of travel there too onto Sumail, so I guess, you know, if they catch something with these guys lurking with the supports, they maybe can grab something, but at least gonna try and give him an opportunity to farm back up, because we went from him being the top net worth in the game to being the lowest core. Okay, well, sorry, tied up now with Abed, who just fell a little bit below. They're jockeying for position there, and at the bottom of the course, the old toilet bowl.
Well, Trent, you spoke about a toilet bowl. I gotta let you know there's a potential here that we might be having one in just a few. There's a chance.
Are you suggesting that two North American teams could face off for a tiebreaker of elimination? Because there's nothing that this chat wants to see more.
There is a chance. Hookshot in, finding Monet. Hogs, pushback. Saberlight can't get there in time for the roar. Abed zips. They want to find him. They want to get him, but they can't get there in range in time. He gets away. Monet still running. They just want to roar him. It's not going to happen. So the situation as it stands, spoiler alert for anybody that doesn't want to hear about it, Bet Boom is about to destroy TSM. Tundra lost, which means right now, if Shopify win this game, they are through, and those two teams, TSM and Tundra, are out. If Shopify lose, though, there is going to be a tie-breaking scenario again with three teams facing off, two of them eliminated. Shopify, they have Aegis. It's a 2K gold for Aster lead right now, but if they can manage to close this game out, they don't have to play any more tiebreakers. Otherwise, it's a scary situation. And also, they won 1 Tundra before. They went 1-1 against TSM before when they were playing in the groups against them.
So it can get real messy here is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
All right. I gotta say, one of my favorite items in terms of trying to judge the impact, and probably one of the hardest items to judge the impact for, is Mage Slayer. And that is currently what Arteezy is going to be picking up here next, as Kaka in trouble.
Trying to deny. Not going to happen. Crit cleans it off.
Good there from Crit. But yeah, it's a really interesting item on Monkey King, right? Because you can do this build where you start with the Echo, you go for the BKB, and you break down into this Mage Slayer. And so, because you're going to have that being applied by all of your clones, and this is a chrono-based lineup as well, Faceless Void is one of these heroes that does a lot of damage based off of magic. Right? So it's kind of cool.
True.
Spell damage being reduced and the allies trying to actually get in there with that bonus damage. It's really hard to judge just how much it's doing. So if someone looks like they're miraculously surviving a chrono, that's probably why.
Could be huge for him if they can, get those hits off, though, of course. That's going to be the most important thing is if he can actually get there. I think last time he was stuck in the chrono, couldn't do much. But
it's crazy, though, because it lasts 6 seconds, too. And you think about Sumail, who has no way of dispelling it.
Right.
So, if he just randomly gets hit by even, a boundless strike and a fight, and then he turns to try and output his damage, it's hard to notice in the moment, but he's just going to do 35% less damage. When he's one of the biggest damage dealers they have, that can be kind of ridiculous.
Absolutely. Yeah,
the Stolen Tree Dance now from Pichu.
This Mage Slayer, definitely. Something to watch for. And almost done with Kaya on the Storm. Aster, again, wanting to wait out this Aegis. There's a minute and a half left on it. They're sticking around this area, but realistically, unless it's a perfect fight there to them, the Aster aren't going to really show up to this. They might try and pick off some stragglers or something.
They do have 1 sentry each on both supports for Aster, but currently no dust as well, so gonna have to be careful with those placements, as the Glimmer Cape will be looking to be a saving grace here from Crit. Just so good versus the damage that they have on the side of Aster. So much magic damage right now.
Smoke. Try to find somebody.
Very bad time to fight right now for Aster. They're closing in on this Scythe for XXS, and he has been building towards this for so long. It's going to be a big jump in his power. Even has the Philosopher's Stone to try and help.
They see Kaka up on this high ground, or up on the top side of the map here, and this pass by this ward, it looks... Oh, no. Oh, Kaka, does he get out? They rotated that whole smoke in there trying to get him, and they don't even get that kill.
Yeah, no hookshot hit, and then the creep tries his best, but Arteezy couldn't get in there with the Boundless.
23 minutes, and Aster so far have done a good job of waiting out this Aegis. It's about to expire. What do Aster want to do then?
They've picked up a gem, so they're going to try and get it on the map, try and de-ward, try and essentially cover their own side of the map and make sure there's nothing lingering here that gives them good ideas of what they're up to, including those Hawks, which they just moved under right now.
Yeah, they just saw them head over there. And, well, the Boundless Strike was out. Monet, he's Invis. This Invis rune, I don't think that was scouted. Could they do something with an Invis on Faceless? He's over here towards mid. It looks like they're going to smoke with it.
It's so risky, though.
Maybe not.
The Scythe it's flying out. The Scythe. It actually goes past that Hawk. Might have been spotted, but they're not going to get there in time anyway. So the Scythe is here.
Creeps running all over the place, chasing these spiders. XXS in the mid wave. Again, all it takes is one jump. Only 1,000 gold separating these two teams. It's about as 50-50 as you can get it.
They're both so clumped right now, too. No one's gaining a real economic advantage. They're not spreading it on the map. You can see now, Abed kind of goes back a little bit, but he's still wary. They don't have the Shard either for crit yet. I don't think we even saw that get picked up last game on the Caudal, but when you get into a state like this, the recall can be a pretty useful tool to have. But not quite. Speaking of shards, have we seen Tormentors go down for Dire? Not yet, as Pichu grabs theirs. So, having a nice save versus that Clockwork. This is that idea that we talked about before, trying to get that big save.
I will say that, obviously, with Shopify, you're wanting to make safe plays. You don't want to have a fight end up in a bad position. But at some point, they are going to have to take some type of a risk here. Potentially, they just wait for that next Roche. You know what I mean? There's a very decent chance that happens. But if they don't make some type of real move shutting down the map with that Aegis when they eventually get it, I'm really worried about the scaling of Aster. You have Faceless Void. You have Broodmother. Snapfire becomes a right-click hero that's insane later. It could start to be some scary stuff.
And again, when you're lacking the Battle Fury as well in the Monkey King, that's why he's not able to just shoot up the table like you might expect from the hero. Try and put a little bit of pressure on this tier 2, though. They're going to take the opportunity to finish off that tier 1 in the bottom lane, though. Monet will move in here pretty aggressively. Doesn't have a BKB or anything, so he can't lurk around here for too long. Just wants to grab himself an ultimate orb from the secret shop and move back to safer grounds. The spiders come out to mess with Arteezy.
Shopify, they will have known that, this is the stakes of this game. You win or you're potentially going home. Can they keep their composure now? And for Aster, wanting to get better placement here, they get the ward or spiders forward to find the ward. Take him down. The Hex is there. Fly in trouble, and he force-stabs. Hook shot blocked by the spiders. Stolen cogs. Good cover by Fly.
Heals.
Monet.
Did a lot of work there, keeping him alive, but not there.
Moving forward. Force staff. Monet gets away, but they already have the Wukong command down, and he got hit one time. He does nothing. That Mage Slayer keeping him alive. The Hex is there. Abed has to zip away for the moment. The Chrono basically did nothing there.
Dude, the Mage Slayer is so good.
The Mage Slayer is sick.
Not what you were looking for after waiting that long for Chrono. I have great news for you Aster fans, though, and that is that Roche is not going to spawn for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So Chronosphere will be back up by the time it arrives. Unfortunately, the bad news is they don't have the best way of scouting it. They have spiders, but it's not as reliable as that Clockwork Flare that they had in the previous game. Not as easy to just keep spamming it over and over again. There is some counterplay, of course, that Shopify could implement.
Abed takes the Wisdom Rune. God, I was hoping Shopify were going to try and keep pushing, make something happen. They know there's no Chrono. They've got this Beastmaster summon, but going to take the safer play and, of course, head back thinking Roche is going to be there. Unfortunately, for Shopify, it will not. As you said, Aster going to thank their lucky stars that that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, they have the Hawks, they have the Flares. They're going to have complete knowledge when it finally does happen. The Radiant Scan thrown out there from Aster, they know, hey, there's no one there. It's good news for us at the very least. But could maybe try and take their own Tormentor. That is one goal that they have, but I mean, they just can't leave the Roche. So I guess they're just kind of stuck. Yeah. Going to waste a lot of time. This is going to grow this gold lead even further for Aster.
Yeah, I mean, this is great for Aster. They're farming the entire map. Kaka's pushing out waves mid, and Shopify, they're just AFK over on this corner of a map.
And of course, even worse news is that it's going to be Radiant side, so they won't have the immediate dire buybacks to get into this Roche. Very unlikely. Play a support down bottom and try and establish vision in the mere hopes that it was such a long spawn. But I guess you could do that. Oh, they are doing that, actually. Because if you think about it, you can establish vision, and then if you think they're roaching, you can also utilize the Twin Gate. But you might catch someone coming through the Twin Gate early. They are flaring the Twin Gate from Shopify, which is very clever. And now they're going to send through the boars.
Okay. Yeah.
That is pretty good.
The problem,
smoked up.
they're going through. And the flare hits. They see that they're coming through.
They know.
Drop down wards.
All right, the spiders are going to run into the golems.
Chrono's back up again.
Where's the scythe? Where is it?
Jump in.
Scythe?
Looks for one. The pull on pull. He gets it down. Chrono ready, but Wukong's command already down. Aster going to try and back out. With Wukong's and BKBUs, they're in trouble, but XXS, is he going to go down? Stolen Wukong's trying to break the computers of Shopify. Chrono connects onto two. Is it going to be enough, though? They can't bring down Abed yet. Abed living through it, but the roar stolen! Oh, Pichu, you beautiful bastard. That's enough to get the kill onto Abed and Aster. I mean, I think that they get away here. They're going to be able to get the Chrono, the Roche at the very least for Shopify.
That was crazy. Abed dropped his Falcon Blade, and then Crit just pings it so that Abed can pick up the gem.
Oh,
and just keep pushing there. But yeah, like you mentioned, that beautiful roar stolen in there. Pichu with the passive on the Scythe of Ice could not get it cast there as Abed was jumping all over him. At least the Lotus coverage did allow him to bounce back that pull, but no one else was able to assist him. I mean, he got hurled bouldered at the end.
That would have been horrifically bad for Aster. It's already pretty bad because Shopify are going to get this Aegis, but maybe they won't actually. Wait a minute, they're back in time. With Abed dead, oh my god, and they brought Roche down low. Dude, our Aster going to take... This is crazy. There's no Wukong. There's no BKB on Monkey King. It's starting to fall down. Aster just going to come in and take this. Okay. butterfly. He's caught inside his cogs. The boundless strike connects onto a bunch, but they got him caught there. Again, no BKB on this Monkey King. Roche solo, 2,500 HP. Monet leaves Saberlight alone.
Oh, that's
Lion
coming.
dead. They have 50 seconds on Chrono. They need something here. It's scary. And Monkey King inside with Roche. He does not have his Wukong's command. Needs 8 more seconds. Wants it badly. The lift up. The Hex is there. Arteezy's falling. The roar that was stolen. Can they bring him down in time? Arteezy's dead. Has buyback though. Sumail wanting to clean up. They're not going to buy back for this. Oh my god, the triple kill from Monet. Aster with the perfect timing and 2 clutch roars from Pichu. Now stolen Zip, pushing him around. The freaking psychic headband, killing off Abed. Pichu's not done with you. I'll get you later. Holy moly.
I can't believe how much he just did with no chrono. It's back in 1 second. I don't even know. Yeah, not only does he get off that roar, then he gets roared, so he tanks that one for the squad, and then just buys back, re-enters the fight there to try and finish off those last kills. But Aster have taken a commanding lead in this one. So well played moving down into this part of the map.
And Monet got all that.
Clutch. I can't believe Monet the way he played that fight. He ran in so confidently. They just believed that they had the better stuff. When all the good spells are out, they felt like their heroes were the answer.
Dude.
And they were correct. I mean, there were no kisses. There was no chrono. There was just a scythe from Brood that they're trying to play around.
It was 8 seconds from his BKB being ready, and then on top of that having... Oh, actually, I think he had his BKB ready, but he was 8 seconds from Wukong's. Oh, man, that would have been it. If they could have waited those like extra 8 seconds, that would have been enough. And it was not. Now staring down the barrel of a 9K gold lead and potentially having to play a 3-way tiebreakers where 2 teams are eliminated. If Shopify can't find a way to outlast this Aegis and then pull things together, Aster are going to move on. Unreal.
At least the good news is that no matter what, NA Dota stays winning here. Thanks to Sumail. So you got that going for you.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, Sumail closing in on that level 20 as well. The biggest spike for Snapfires. They say Shopify, you don't want your Tormentor. We're very happy to take it here. Again, not a whole lot of shards in this game. And they pick up 1 more there for Kaka. So this is really strange to have a game where the only 2 shards are just Tormentors.
It's true.
Remember when Dota was just, everyone just literally bought shard the second it was available? Like, if your hero had a bad shard, you're just a bad hero. And now that they're free, somehow that we just don't buy them.
Oh, blood in the water, but going to zip away as the scan connected. So Shopify having to buy time.
And Aster just looking to take over total control here, seeing spiders all across the map, crawling, little bugs. Whispering back to the years of success. And a great pick on this super late Brood has worked out really well. I mean, he's 2-1-7. The Pipe has been doing a lot of work. He's surviving a lot, draws a lot of attention to these engagements, gives him tons of vision across the entire map. Despite there being some pretty good counters.
Well, and it's crazy that he was able to get it at like that
Monet?
last... Oh, no.
He's got Arteezy.
He got him.
The follow-up.
He's done. Just like that. Oh, man. Reading the map.
Atos? Oh, I got him.
Oh, I caught 2. Oh, it's falling apart for Shopify. It's really falling apart. I mean, that's what you get, right? Like, you send these spiders all over the map. You know where other heroes are going to be. He's farming bottom.
There's really only 1 place left to go. Now they're thinking about heading towards that high ground, too, here. Obviously, there's still minute 43 here on this Aegis. And if you're Shopify, how are you going to play this out? You can wait for the Wukongs, try and blast out these creep waves. That's really your best bet. So they just have to watch out for some wild Kaka play where he's going to try and predict you coming to the low ground to blast a wave or something.
Gets a ward down in the base. Get a butterfly done on Faceless Void. The farm is just not there for the rest of these heroes. Monet is enormous. All those kills that he got. And now hitting buildings. I don't know if they can take him down at all. They don't have the damage. Monet's invincible.
4 more seconds, though.
This guy has 3,000 HP and a butterfly. and give him more gold in the form of those hawks. Dude, he is not afraid. This guy does not care.
Dude, Crit is too scared to even go up and like blinding light him.
Understandable. 40 seconds. But Monet going to time walk. They take the first set of racks. Aster on the verge here.
I mean, this lead has just gotten absolutely humongous for them right now, and they're going to try and spend some of this gold. Yeah. Scotty was... Oh, there we go. We got ourselves an AC actually picked up for XSS. And Scotty coming close for Arteezy at the very least, though.
Sedix cap picked up now for the Broodmother. So they are really itemizing just to stay alive here. And Aster, there's no reason to leave. Even when this Aegis expires, he is so hard to kill.
Yeah, the lack of MKB is going to be a serious issue.
They're in. Glyph trying to stop this, but there's spiders there to soak. Well, Crit killed a lot of them, but do they want to stay for more? Smoked. For somebody to step too far forward. And the rest of the cores of Shopify just trying to farm it up. Got level 20 on the Monkey King. But
I'm going to pull back, though. Sumail goes and gets the Wisdom Rune. So that's going to be 28 seconds where he will not be returning.
Right.
I think they're going to start waiting it out for the next Aegis.
Yeah.
Like they're saying they're kind of relaxed at the moment here. But there it is. Little Shredder uses your attack damage in combination with the Chrysalis. So these Chronospheres extra deadly now, despite having this Mage Slayer. We get the big physical damage finally coming through.
Sumail does have bots. He can go join the team afterwards. And a pull, not going to connect onto Monet, just zips away. They TP in with Sumail onto the spiders. And Shopify, I mean, I don't know if they even feel comfortable. Like, can they even fight this right now? They have Scotty coming. That's what they're looking for on this timing.
That's the scythe. Oh, it didn't go.
Not opting for it.
Too many heroes.
Too scary with that Lincoln's already on Monet. Can't break it easily. So having that Lincoln's passed over, it's too tough. Now the scan underneath wards. Monet. He's separated from the rest of the team. Fly thinking about going. He goes, finds one. Onto this Rubik, but look at the damage. He did not stand a chance. Saberlight now found
here.
Looking for more. Now the Hex onto Arteezy. Got him. Have the Chrono if they want to use it. Waiting. Monet not jumping yet. They know that there are people behind him. Do they decide to go? Arteezy now Hex. The zip in. Finds it. Chrono connects onto Saberlight too. He found both of them. And the lift now onto Abed. Has to zip away. Tries to do anything, but it's not going to happen. There is just nothing here at all. Aster have completely taken over this game. There is not a chance.
I think he hit him once.
Unbelievable.
Trying to get a single swing onto him.
No buyback.
Buyback used here from Kaka. He wants back into this one. He doesn't want to miss the finale.
Dude, unbelievable. Aster, with one Roche steal, have shattered the dreams of Shopify of getting out of this group stage cleanly. As Aster are going to take a second set of racks and set their sights on the last one. I mean, there's no Monkey King for 40, no Clockwork for 40. They can't fight until those heroes are here. Even then, they can't fight. We're going to be real about it. Good game. They're done.
Here in the back.
They call it. GG. They're not even going to take the last fight. Unbelievable.
Like, guys, I blinked in.
Unreal. That is a demoralizing way to lose that, and having to go in now and play tiebreakers for their last spot. Oof. Aster with the victory.
And that's all confirmed, eh? That's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else is done. We're the last ones who were just chilling here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. So we got Shopify, TSM, Tundra. 2 go home.
Yep.
1 stays.
All right. Just let us have one through, okay? All right? Listen, guys.
Oh, bro, can you imagine?
Just don't Don't knock both the NA teams out on the first day.
Saying,
come on, guys.
It'd be worth it. It'd be worth it for the Reddit thread.
Please.
Because the Reddit thread will be fire if the NA teams get eliminated. I love reading those Europeans. They love that so much. Oh, it's so good.
Please. Just don't do it to us. Can we have one thing? Oh man.
Well played here from Aster, though. To take the strategy to like a lot of these plays, and then they banned out that Morphling so that they didn't have the counterplay that obviously Aster utilized in the first game versus this Faceless Void. Just so well done for Monet. The way he played without Chrono I thought was really impressive, especially when they went back into that fight. Just the confidence that he had to get there. Great saves there too. This Wukong's command could have been one of those turning points for Shopify, where if they win this fight, they go back, they get that Aegis. They're the ones who are in control of this game.
Right.
But the pullbacks, delaying everything, making sure all the big spells were used, and then managing to bring down Abed here too. Peachy, oh, that stolen roar. That was so huge.
That was huge. Man, and the other thing too that this sets us up for, I think, is that boosts Aster above Talon with that victory. So I don't know how they determine between Team Liquid and Team Aster who it is that has the better record in the prioritization, but I think that this might give Aster second place in the groups, either second or third. So a really solid showing from them. And yeah, man, at this point, it was just there was nothing left. That butterfly pickup was gnarly. Oh man, great stuff though. Love to see it.
That's good morning, Dota. And well, we're gonna have to sort out exactly how many streams there's gonna be, what stream's gonna be where, due to how many tiebreakers there are. We're not sure. So you guys will have to figure that out from the help of our admins and probably the main stream. But I think this stream is almost certainly going to be live. That would be my guess.
So right now, at the very least, they just hosted the lobby for the other tiebreaker that's happening in Group A. Which again, for those of you that don't know, it's going to be 9 Pandas, EG, LGD that have to play. And if I'm not mistaken, that one is the EG versus somebody that's going to play in the first one. EG 9 Pandas that play first. And then they still have to wait for the last round to figure out when they're going to be running the other one. Because the other issue is that, like, it's all best of ones is how this plays, but
yeah,
they could go infinite. There's definitely a realistic chance that happens. And again, while we're waiting for, just to hear the all good to go and that we're good to close this one out, Aster came into this, they knew what the job was. They gave him Storm Spirit both games, and then ended up taking it. For you, what are you feeling like in terms of the limit on this Team Aster? Because they've been looking incredibly strong.
To me, the most memorable games are definitely Monet. Like the ones where he really shines, like finding some good success for him, I think has been something that their best games, he really stands out. And I think the games where they struggle the most has traditionally been these issues where I'm trying to figure out, like, how was Monet supposed to play this game?
Right.
Their drafting issues we've talked about a little bit as well, where they kind of do these like very obvious lane setups and they don't mix it up at all. There's not a whole lot of mystery a lot of the times, and that hasn't necessarily changed. They've kind of just shifted around a little bit more, so I think that they're delaying the pick onto Monet just like a little bit, so he's not like as hard countered. That seems to be something that's working out a little bit better for them. So maybe something to keep an eye on in the draft, especially from those enemy teams. The attention that XXS took in that last draft was crazy. The fact that he got a Brood pick on 9th after bans on virtually every other offlaner, Darkseer, Broodmother, but Tidehunter was banned out there too. Like, Darkseer, Beastmaster, blah, blah, blah. They had to take it away from them. Like, they just kept banning all these offlaners. He eventually winds up with a Brood 9th, which is crazy. And despite having pretty good answers for it, it really didn't look like it. He did not get chased down in those earlier parts of the game. You never saw a moment where like Storm Spirit and Clockwork worked together to try and catch him. They didn't get that same tempo that they caught in game 1 with the Coddle and the Storm of just like moving across the whole map and taking everything. So it fell a little bit apart there for Shopify, but I will say they could have won game 1 and game 2. They were both very close.
They were ready. They were there.
They were small moments. So they definitely look good going to tiebreakers.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, of course, the demoralizing fashion of losing right beforehand, though, is tough. But they are going to have a bit of a break. Just got word in my ears that at least for now, they're going to have a 30-minute break. And I'm unsure entirely if I think this stream is staying live. From what I heard, there's going to be a break, and then they're going to be able to come back. And besides that, I'm just going to gloat for a second because on my stream, I said Aster were top 3 and everybody made fun of me. So
Right.
take that, everybody. All right, we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we're gonna have the 9 Pandas versus EG matchup here. See y'all then.